We are now live. Hurrah. But
All
yeah,
right. So
go ahead.
finish what you were saying.
What was I saying? Oh, if uh, if we had a reputation in space as being literally the most deadly, dangerous, and hard to kill things uh, in space, like some aliens came in contact with us, we went to war, we kicked their asses because they were just like, oh shit, you know. Um, and because of that, we could just like get on an alien ship and be like, hey, I'm gonna go where you're going. And when we get to the port, I might get off if I feel like it. And then being like, all right, I would totally do that.
Oh
I
my
mean,
God, there's a book series about this. It's called The Human Chronicles by T.R. Harris. I am immediately downloading them.
About if humans were actually the
Yeah, like the premise of the book is humans have entered the galactic stage, and we're us. We're space Australia. We're orcs and indestructible terminators.
what's the what's the name of the book?
The Human Chronicles. It's a 26 book series. Holy crap,
what?
that's a lot of books.
26, like 26 chapters, right?
No, like 26 goddamn books. Holy shit. This is gonna take a while.
To read all that? Yeah.
Oh, that sucks. I was even gonna pay for it. I saw Amazon had the whole thing. Now I'm not.
Why?
Oh well. Well, because that would be convenient. If I could buy it on Amazon with one click, I'd be way more likely to buy it. If
But
I'm gonna have to spend like 5 minutes typing shit, I'm gonna spend 5 minutes typing shit and then get it for free.
all right
I'm
then.
lazy.
I was looking for it on Google Play. It's not there at all, as far as I can tell. But I'll look for it later.
We should totally do we should contribute. Let's think of ones while we're waiting for whatever it is we're waiting for.
Salad. We're still waiting for Salad. I messaged him. He still hasn't answered. Considering the fact that it's now 8 o'clock his time, and we've been waiting for an hour, I'm gonna say screw it. Um, unless and until Salad actually does show up, uh, we're just gonna say that he's succumbed to the mushrooms and is currently catatonic.
Sweet.
So, welcome to the third session of this game. Do you guys need a recap?
Yes, desperately, because I've been just binge reading these memes for the entire time we were on this chat, and I have nothing else in my brain right now.
All right then. So, um, after meeting up with the wolves and deciding that you guys were just gonna go your separate ways, you went and looked for the place that one-armed Todd had heard about, Elysium. And so you went to where Elysium was, and you basically staked it out until you saw a dude that wasn't alive come out, and you followed the dude to this area. And you know that uh, this guy here who is, I can change that. I'm gonna change his name. There. So that one dead dude that you guys followed, lives in this house here. Um, and there is also another living person in that house. Uh, and then you guys parked your car over by this other house that doesn't have anybody living there at all. And that's why you're over there. And, apparently, Cardinal Boondock just wheels himself willy-nilly all over the place. I don't know. So yeah, you guys are considering, I think, going into the vampire's home, and that was where we left off.
Right. So what are the ideas, guys?
Somebody was
And
going to be a little sneaky about it, from what I remember.
Yes, it was not me. I don't do sneaky.
and I have
I was
one
gonna
question.
try and give someone who was sneaky a chameleon ability to camouflage.
Uh, do we happen to know how, like, what effect on vampires have, like, um, not only how to do them harm, but how the traditional melee combat affects them?
I mean, we would assume that vampires are tougher than regular people, obviously, right?
Yeah, but I'm thinking about, um, I mean, like treating them kind of like a zombies. So you don't want actually shoot them. You want, cut them into pieces.
Oh no, you can shoot zombies. You just have to aim for the head.
Oh yeah,
But if you're asking me what you guys know, I'm going to tell you
yeah,
you have no lore, so technically you know nothing. If you have a cult, then you might know stuff that is or is not necessarily true. Because, occult knowledge of vampires is a thing, but not all occult knowledge is actually true. Like that whole burst into flames instantly upon contacting the sun. That's not how that works.
yeah.
But you don't know that because you don't have vampire lore. But if you would like, you can assume that you know everything that you know about vampires from an occult perspective, or if you'd rather, you can, roll wits in occult and answer your own question with a die roll.
Right. So I'll just check something. I mean, like, I have an occult, so it will be intelligence plus occult.
Are you trying to remember something, or are you trying to figure something out?
More like remember maybe. So what I remember actually about vampires, if
Then yes,
there is
intelligence.
something. Whee!
Got yourself another die to roll.
What is happening with this?
I think Nico's
Ah,
lag from living in Poland is making it difficult for him to roll. I told you can also roll just by right-clicking your selected dice and clicking on the roll thing in the menu.
yeah, right. Or I think by clicking R? I mean on a keyboard?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Although if you do it with if you do the roll that way, it doesn't trigger the script, so it doesn't do the color changey message maker thing. So
Right. So we need to read it actually,
I mean,
or
we
not?
could yeah, you'd have to actually look at the dice for it to see that, which is mildly unfortunate. But I haven't looked into Lua scripting, so I'm not going. I can't fix that small problem. Um. Anyway, so you got the one success. Um. So I mean,
I mean, besides those four,
you're
right?
fairly certain that wooden stakes in the heart are a thing that work. You're fairly certain that dismemberment is a thing that works, as in cutting them to pieces, and you're fairly certain that fire works. You know for a fact that those things definitely work on humans, but you think that they work on vampires as well. So that's what your
Right.
success. That's what you remember.
Mm, yeah. So I think we should you know go closer or something like that. We don't necessarily need to enter right now. Just kind of reconnaissance or something.
To me,
I'm sorry, we only heard me.
it sounds good to me.
So let's go. Anubis would probably go like
Hey,
um
Ridro, you still here?
yeah, we
Yeah, I'm
just
still there. I'm
Okay,
sorry.
just haven't heard anything from you in a while. Just making sure.
Yeah, my wife was texting me. I had sent her a message with some of those books, so I didn't forget
Ah,
in the morning. And she started texting me about what was going on with her work, and I can't tell you about any of it because I'm not supposed to know about any of it. And
no
thank
worries.
God I don't actually know any of it. We don't use any names or anything, and I don't know any details. But if I cared at all, I could probably figure it out, kind of thing.
No worries.
It's funny shit happens.
Okay. So, in case you weren't paying attention, uh, the other two guys have decided that they're going to go do some recon and are approaching the house.
They're gonna go in the house. All right. Are they gonna sneak in as the original plan, or are they just gonna walk up?
Well, I don't know. You have to ask them.
yeah. I think we should just firstly we should just assess how many they are, and then maybe we will have
Well,
If I
um,
recall
better.
from last week, there were three of them, right? Someone had used a death spell to
yeah,
figure out
All
all three
right.
of them.
yeah. Anubis has the
Okay.
death
Yeah.
sight for a year because you got that super awesome cast on your
Yeah.
spell.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
unless
Yeah.
you decide to turn it off beforehand.
Oh no. So we know that there are like three of them inside.
Well, you know that there are three vampires inside. And Blue Neck knows that there is a living human in that house, and I'm pretty sure you guys have told each other both of those facts, so you know that there are four people in the house.
Well, I mean, there's one person and three leeches.
There are four mobile bipeds in the house.
Behold a man, and he holds up a plucked chicken.
definitely wanted to be a little sneaky. And also, do I have that sidearm that I put in my notes? Did you take a look at that?
Um, is it a gun that you could legally get? That's all. That's all. That's all I need to know.
Fair enough.
If it just is it?
Yeah, it is.
Well,
It's
then you
something I can get in real life.
then yeah, you've got it.
I'm cutting out really bad. I'm gonna try and re-log in.
Alrighty. I didn't even know that you put it in your notes, so I will look at that later. Um,
Well, if you do want to sneak, because I'm thinking now that this might be a trapped in a bad situation thing where the human is being used as a, you know, food source by these three who are keeping her or him locked up.
Yeah, right. But
That seems like that might be what's going on.
okay, so anybody that is wanting to sneak onto the property, which you guys, regardless of where you've put yourselves, you're not currently on the property. You're on the other side of the fenced area that house, is on the property of. Um, then you'll want to do.
I'm just seeing black on my map. Is there any way I could refresh that?
Um, so when you loaded the map or when you loaded the game, it should have asked you a couple questions saying tablet wants to open this.
Yeah, I said okay, like I do every time.
Did you also
Uh,
click the never ask again?
yes.
Hmm.
It always asks me again. It's very frustrating.
Yeah, well, yeah, every time you re-come into the session, it'll ask you at the instant the session is open for you. But if you click never ask again, it'll never ask again. And are you still seeing black?
Yeah, I'm still seeing black.
Okay. Are you still seeing black?
Okay, I see white across the whole thing now. It's Google's homepage.
Okay, good. So now you should see the same thing that everybody else sees.
Yeah, now I'm seeing what everybody else is seeing.
Alrighty. Apparently it just
I'm
What's our stealth roll?
I'm in a
it
swimming
is
pool.
dexterity plus stealth.
Cool.
Are you going swimming? Is that why you're over there?
Yeah, I'm chilling. No, I just wanted to make sure everybody was seeing what I was seeing. Right, if we're being sneaky, I can help. I can make you camouflage like a chameleon, or more accurately, like a cuttlefish.
Well, then you should do your thing.
Well, I'm asking him if he wants me to, because he'd have to get butt ass naked for it to work.
He's busy rolling, I think. Well, that was definitely a real roll. And you completely fail to stealthy in there. You try to climb the
That's
fence,
not a good roll.
try to climb the fence, and your foot slips, and a dog starts barking the instant your foot slips. It doesn't stop barking for another 5 minutes.
All right. So, do you want to try again with the chameleon thing on? That one dead dude.
No, I can't hear anything. No, I have to come back. Hold on.
Hello? Can everyone else hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
yeah,
Okay, cool.
I
I
hear
think
you.
he's just having problems with his Oculus.
I want an Oculus so bad.
I do not have an Oculus. I have an Index. I'm not using it because I need to be able to see things that aren't in the game. Otherwise, I'd probably be doing this in VR too.
I don't have an Oculus or an NX or whatever the other one is that I've never even heard of because I have
Index.
children and 2 mortgages and I'm poor.
It's called an Index. It's made by the guys that made the Half-Life game back in the day.
Valve?
Hmm.
Aren't those the same guys that are like Steam is like related to?
Yeah, they made Steam. They
Those
made
people must be
you just disconnected or something. I think he just disconnected.
who me?
Oh, you just they must be what then?
That sounds like salad.
Let us look. No, Falcon left. He's probably going to come back as soon as he
I see
figures out his stuff.
Nico.
Yeah, that's Falcon. He's coming back in. Um, so yeah, Valve they made Steam. They partnered with HTC to make the HTC Vive. Um, Back before Oculus was bought by Facebook, they worked a lot with Oculus on the original to make it a thing that worked. And then now, earlier this year, they released their own headset. It's called the Index. It also has those Knuckles controllers that they've been messing around with for like
Pulse
5 years.
control. Yeah, I stopped hearing you at Knuckles control.
Oh, have you heard of the Knuckles controllers?
No.
Okay, you'll want to look them up at some point in time. Um, but Valve was working on um, controllers with finger tracking
That's
uh,
cool as shit.
for like 5 years, and the Index headset, if you buy the full kit, comes with those Knuckles controllers.
Cool.
I mean, they're called the Index controllers because it's the Valve Index, but they were code name Knuckles, kind of like the Wii was code name Dolphin. So, Nico,
Right?
does Anubis want to be sneaky sneaky? Because you haven't made a roll yet, so I don't know what you're wanting to do.
Oh, okay. Uh,
Y-
so wait a sec. Okay.
If you are wanting to get
Uh,
onto the property and successfully not alert anyone, then you need to get at least one success on dexterity and stealth. So if you're trying, oh, and also
right.
um, Artin, I always get his name wrong. Um, Falcon's guy. It's Artin, right? With an
Squishy,
Uh,
right?
can
Oh
you
yeah,
repeat?
Squishy. We'll just go with Squishy. So Squishy attempted to climb the fence and get onto the property, and his foot slipped and made a noise, and now there's a dog barking for like the next 5 minutes. So if you want to try right
Oh,
now,
that's bad.
yeah. So if you want to try right now to get in, um, you get a +2 for having the distraction of the dog to cover any noises you might make, and a -3
Okay.
for there being a dog barking in the vicinity, and so everyone's kind of alert for more noises, which gives you a
Okay.
-1 in total.
So.
You see how
Oh
that
yeah.
works?
Yeah. Yeah. uh. Yes. So I will maybe cast a spell then. It's.
And I just
Wait
I
a
just
sec.
want to remind you guys. I know Falcon isn't back
That.
on the voice yet. I don't think. Yeah, no, he's not. Uh, but I just want to remind you guys on any roll you do, you can always spend a willpower point
Mhm.
and get 3 extra die, as long as you spend the willpower point before you roll. So if you really want to make sure
Yes.
that you succeed, then you can get 3 extra die by spending a willpower point. And on magic rolls, you can also get up to 2 extra die by spending a mana point or quintessence, depending on which kind of mage you are. Same thing, different word. So what spell would you like to do, Nico?
Shifting the odds. It would be adding me more dices, right?
So
Wait a
shifting
sec.
the odds is basically you cast a spell, and every success on the spell that you cast gives you an extra die that you get to roll on whatever your next action is.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. So that is it, right? And like
I
okay.
believe
So now
that the way it
the
I believe that the way it works is the effect lasts for one scene, and you don't have to use. Actually, it kind of depends on what your intent is. Um, the effect lasts for a scene, and you can add as many as you have successes in dice to any roll you do during that scene. So, depending on how you do it, if you do the scene version, you can add dice at any point until you've gone through all your successes, or you add them all up to your very next action and only your very next action. It's basically the difference between combat and ritual.
right.
Because combat,
And
you
And
want
I
what?
okay.
the quick, powerful thing that makes the guy go away soon. But when you've got time to think about stuff, then you usually, you know, plan stuff rather than just, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit. You know what I mean?
What happened?
I do have a spell that would help in the sneaking.
Yeah, you've been saying about the chameleon thing for a while now.
Yes, I feel I am being ignored on it, and I cannot figure out why.
I'm betting it's the you have to be buck ass naked part.
Yeah. Okay. So
I mean, if I
yeah.
was
But
sneaky at all, I would do it. It's not gonna work if I do it. I'm not sneaky. I'm
okay.
big.
But like just do it. Just do it. Man.
All right, which one of you's doing it?
Well, Anubis has just said fine, so go ahead and strip Anubis so that you can be painted in multicolor.
Oh man. But yeah. But I mean, like it's necessary.
Well,
Is it necessary?
I don't know if it's necessary, but having
It's
the
helpful.
ability to blend into your surroundings would obviously be beneficial when you're trying to be sneaky. Like
All
you
right.
know how a chameleon can change colors to match whatever environment the chameleon's in? He wants to give
Actually, it's an emotion thing. Your cuttlefish do the classic like chameleon thought process camouflage.
well whatever
Mic
they
check.
yeah, I can hear you. What the point is that they can change their skin color to
Yeah.
match their
Right. I understand
environments
now.
regardless of how it is
But
that
it's like
regardless of how it is that they do it, their color changes to match the environment that they're in. So, and they
yeah,
do
yeah,
a fairly decent job, although octopi are much better. Honestly, cuttlefish
yeah.
are even better. Not the point. So he wants to give you chameleon
Uh,
skin that can change color.
yeah. So can't you just, I don't know, make me more nimble or something?
I mean, I don't know. Maybe I've never done that before.
You're still gonna have to get buck naked so he can
I,
paint you.
No, I don't have to paint him.
Well, I
Yeah, I mean, I suppose I could try and make you nimble.
yeah. So do it fast because I think we are being watched now.
Okay. All right. Let me shake it out here.
I
Come
am
up with something.
here.
hey Salad.
I cannot hear you.
Hello.
He just said I can't hear you.
Whee!
Check. Mic check.
I can hear
Is
you.
that like a
Yeah, we hear ya.
Sweet.
systemic thing? Like, is he not going to be able to hear us the whole game? Because that seems like that's not possible.
I think he can hear us now.
Yeah, I can hear you now. Sorry.
Okay, cool. I was confused there
Uh,
for a second.
So,
Sorry, I'm an hour late. I got confused
well,
about
you're like
times.
an hour and a half late, but okay, don't worry about it. Um, we haven't actually done all that much because people have kept asking questions and going on diatribes, which is fine. So you haven't missed much. You remember what happened last week where you guys followed the vampire to his home and you just parked the car and you were like, "Hey, we should go like check this thing out." You're doing the standing around in the backyard of somebody else's house on the other side of the fence of that dude's place, going, "Hey, how are we going to sneak in there?" And Cardinal Blueneck has offered to uh, give both of them the ability to change their skin color to blend into their background like a chameleon does. And
Oh, hey,
Anubis has
I'm
said
pretty sneaky. You should just do that to me.
it does require you to be buck naked.
That's fine. I start taking off my clothes.
That's my boy! And I look at them just like disappointed pussies.
So there's going to be a little bit of latency, but if you want, you can go to my YouTube channel and watch the live stream, and that way you can see what's happening. You're the purple one, obviously.
Yeah, I'm working on that right now.
No worries. This will obviously be much more fun for both of us when you can actually come into TTS yourself.
I agree. I'm sorry.
No, it's not. It's not your fault.
I'm working on it.
It's all good. I'm not blaming you. I'm lamenting your misfortune. All right. I, yeah, I just
So
used.
Sam, how was tripping like from the mushroom thing?
Oh,
Because
yeah,
like
because you were late. I decided to make you catatonic because you had succumbed to the mushrooms that you were still under the influence of. So now you've just regained consciousness.
Excellent. Sorry guys, I've been kind of out of it. Someone said something about getting naked and turning invisible. That sounds really fun and cool.
yeah, we need to do it fast because like I think like you probably hear the dog and we need to get inside ASAP.
Yeah, I'm very sneaky. Just start painting me, Blue Neck. Go. And I
I don't
start taking off
need
my
to paint
clothes.
you, man. Why does everyone think painting is involved with this?
I just start taking off my clothes and handing them to someone else.
Because the
Or
last
yeah,
time
the
you did
naked part
anything,
I
it
do
did
need.
involve painting.
This is true. All right, I just actually wrote this down, so let me read this off. All right, I'm gonna do my rote transform life.
Hmm.
Specifically, what I'm going to do is I'm gonna use one reach to switch the thing from potency to duration, so that all my extra successes go to duration.
Okay.
I'm going to use one reach to turn it into an advanced duration. And I'm going to use one reach to include no, that's it. I don't need any more.
Okay. Do you want to do the reach to give yourself an instant instead of having to do it in
No,
ritual time?
because my ritual time is only wait, no, I don't have to do it in ritual time. I can do it in a minute.
Yeah, well, that's what ritual time is.
Okay, I will do it in a minute. I'm not going to spend a reach on doing it. I mean, I think I have 2 extra anyway, but I don't care. So I'm going to do a minute because that's how I feel like doing it.
Okay.
All right. So transform life. This is how I do it. I mime cutting, sewing, chopping, and other surgery type motions as I imagine the alterations that I want to make, and then touch the subject on the end of the lyrics. You can call me Mad Professor. I will make a friend for me. And then there's a puff of circus smoke, and the subject is transformed however I wanted them to do. So for this one specifically, I'm going for at least the ability to change their skin with the like full skill level of a cuttlefish, where it's essentially a 1080p TV. Seriously, you can make a TV out of cuttlefish for like $80. That's 1080p. It's super creepy.
Well, I mean, you'd have to be able to keep the cells alive, and you'd have to figure out a way of
Oh no,
controlling
this is
them.
not like a product that you can buy. Some scientists were investigating it, and they basically skinned it so its chromatophores, the thing that changed color,
Yeah.
were exposed, and then hooked it up like they would TV, so it would go off at different sequences, basically replicated the electrical impulses, and they could get a clear picture. It was equivalent from viewing distance of 8 inches, 1080p.
Actually, not surprised by that at all.
No,
Fucking scientists are weird.
I'm just saying that you'd have to like figure out a way to keep it alive.
Oh yeah, that's the level of detail that he's supposed to be able to get by the spell. I'm just using it for illustrative purposes.
Right.
Okay. So I'm gonna actually do that in character right now, and then I'm gonna roll my dice. Or do you want me to roll first? Because it could end up, something bad could happen.
Do the roll first.
All right. So it's how many dice?
Also,
I have?
do.
I'm gonna have Mad Professor stuck in my head.
It's a good song.
Can call me Mad Professor.
ST is the spellcasting reference guide in the docs because I can't find it.
The cheat sheet.
Yeah.
It's in the top level of the game library. So you follow the link in the pin post, or just go to the library. Like if you save to your own drive, it's the same folder that has the Gods Must Hate Me map that we don't use because the map kind of sucks, honestly, and the XP log that you're supposed to copy.
Okay.
All right.
Hey, what's your rating in your life sphere? Arcana, whatever.
Me 3.
Okay. Were you doing any of the spell factor stuff to go along the... Oh, here it is. Yeah. The penalties thing? Or are you just going with the defaults?
Okay, now I'm confused as to what's going on.
On your spell, were you taking any penalties? To like increase
Yes.
the
Did I
duration or
forget to
anything like
say
that?
that?
Yes, you did
I am
neglect to say
sorry.
that.
I forgot to mention that. Yes. Let me open up my cheat sheet. All right. Just kind of steps. I'm on advanced duration.
Which gives it a scene.
Yeah, which starts at a scene, and I will take a penalty of. You know what? This seems like this would be really useful.
Hmm.
I'm gonna go ahead and take a penalty of indefinite for -8, since I still would have 3 after that. And I'm gonna do yantras to get rid of stuff. So I'm gonna do
Okay. Don't forget you have to spend
concentration.
the point of mana for that.
I know. I know I have to spend a point of mana for it. I'm gonna do concentration. I'm going to use my mudra, which is
Mudra,
plus
but
my skill. I'm gonna do my biology, my dissection motions, which I've actually incorporated into my spell already because
yep.
I knew I was gonna use that one. I'm gonna use my mantra, so I'm gonna be chanting that lyric, and I'm gonna be using
You
my.
can't do that. That's part of the rote.
Oh, okay. So I can't do that.
No, it's part of the rote, so it's not something that you can add on top of it. You'd
I
have to
got
do
you. I
a
got
separate you'd have to do a separate mantra on top of what you do for the rote to get the
you.
mantra.
Then I'm not gonna do that one. So I will stick with concentration, my rote, that is +6, and my path and order tool because I'm gonna be using my hatchet, which is both a path and an order tool. in my hand while I'm miming those motions.
Okay.
So that'll be 6. That'll be 8. So I still roll the 11 die. Can I just use my original roll?
Yeah. Also, you want to, because of what you're doing, you need to take a point of mana off of your sheet, and you also need to add a point of paradox to your sheet because this is vulgar.
It's not. Oh yeah, this is vulgar. Never mind.
Oh yeah, it's vulgar. Let's see.
Wait a minute. I gotta read that because I remember I specifically did it so I didn't have any vulgar ones. I mean, the way I'm using it right now, if it was being seen by a sleeper, would definitely
Yeah, I'm not
cause
saying the spell is.
concern.
I'm not saying the spell is always vulgar. This particular use of it, due to your imago, makes it vulgar.
Okay, can you explain to me how? Like, I get where what I'm doing is bad in terms of like the meaning behind what's written, but I'm trying to figure out how it is actually vulgar because it's not something that will be visible
Doesn't
at
matter.
all times, and I'm not actually changing anything
Doesn't matter if
visibly.
anybody sees it. So vulgarity isn't determined by whether or not a person sees a thing happening. It's determined by if a person saw it happening and they were just a normal person, would you be able to explain that away with normal, non-magical stuff? And someone changing their skin right in front of the color of their skin, like a chameleon or a cuttlefish can, right in front of a normal human's eyes, is not something that can be explained away. And that's
Okay, I
why
got you. I understand that.
that it doesn't matter if anyone
One
ever sees the skin changing happening. What matters is if someone did see it, would you be able to explain it away, or would you have to say it's magic? And in this case, you have to say it's magic.
1 point of paradox isn't a big deal, and I'm gonna be
That's true.
invisible.
Yeah.
Okay, now where do I put my point of paradox at? Because I do not remember how to do that.
On your character sheet, there is a thing. It says paradox. You fill it in just like you fill in the mana box, except that you fill it with paradox instead of mana.
Okay, so it says paradox. Oh, okay, no, those are paradox marks. That's something else.
No, it's 2 rows of
Is it on the first
boxes.
page or second
The
page?
first page, 2 rows of
There we go.
boxes.
I see it.
Yeah.
Got it. All right.
Okay, and you got 1 success on your roll.
So it works and it's indefinite.
Yep. You only got the 1 success and no bonuses from that. Oh, wait, but I forgot about that. You also took a -8. So, I'm doing your paradox roll now.
Okay.
Okay, so you're going to take 2 more paradox for a total of 3.
2 more paradox points.
For a total of 3.
Shit.
Yeah, so like I said, vulgar magic always gets at least a point of paradox. So the instant that it's determined that this is vulgar, I'm going to tell you to take a point, and I'm also going to
Okay.
do a roll after yours because the number of successes you get is a bonus to the paradox roll. So I have to get your roll first before I can do the paradox roll. Any case, so go ahead and do the acting out of what you do. You succeed, and it works for the scene, or sorry, indefinitely, because you took that thingamajigger. Basically, it
All right.
works until either you cancel the spell or someone counter magics it. Basically.
Yes, which reminds me, not salad. I forgot your name. I'm sorry.
Samandriel.
Samandriel needs to mark on his sheet that there's a spell on him
Yep.
because you can only have so many spells on you before it starts to fuck with your ability to do magic.
Yeah, so you have
Writing
on
it.
the second page, on the very top left, it says spells cast on self. So just like put
Okay.
cuttlefish skin or chameleon skin or whatever you want to remember what this is.
I may just keep this on me for a while. So I marked it as
You
healing.
actually can't take it off. It's not your spell.
He
Okay,
can.
well, don't.
If he has any life or if he has prime, he can counter magic it.
That's true.
So I can't. But this is fine. This is really cool.
I mean,
And
obviously, if you ask me to take it off, I'm going to take it off.
yeah, you can leave it on for now, as long as it's not taxing on you.
No, it's fine. I can do a lot of them.
What did you change your primary type to again? The spell factor?
Who, me?
Yeah, the one that the extra successes were going to go towards. The primary spell
Duration.
factor. Ah,
But
and-
I had put the duration at -8. I mean, I didn't get any extra successes anyway.
yeah.
So, oh, that reminds me. How did you get 2 successes if I only got the bare minimum successes? I thought my extra successes were increased paradox.
Yes. So the paradox roll is however much however much you have in the primary arcana or sphere being used. So you were using life, you have life 3.
Okay.
So that's the base roll for the paradox roll.
Okay.
Is that 3? If you take any spell factors, the thing that move you down on the table, you took that -8. Every -2 die penalty that you take is a +1 for the paradox roll. So you took 4 spell factors, that's +4 dice on the paradox for a total of 7 there. And then also any extra successes you didn't get would have also been treated as a bonus. So I started with a die pool of 7 because of those 4 spell factors you took and having life 3.
Okay, cool. That makes way more sense now. Thank you.
No worries.
I love how you don't get mad at me for asking questions when it really seems like it's something I should instinctively be able to figure out.
I never assume that anyone understands anything that I say because I honestly think that I'm pretty indecipherable, especially when I use $40 words. So if you ask, I just think that I did a bad job explaining the first time and try and do it again.
Yeah, I function the same way because of my autism. It's just easier to assume that I screwed up some basic form of human interaction than to think that the person I'm talking to didn't understand me because they're dumb.
Right.
Anyway, am I invisible now? Can I
No,
turn invisible now?
no,
Yeah, essentially.
not exactly. So the thing is the way the spell works that he cast mechanically is you get a bonus to your stealthy checks whenever you're trying to blend into the background. That is based on the amount of successes reached on the roll, the potency of the roll, which there was nothing assigned to the potency, so you got the basic, which is just 1. So you get a +1 to your stealth checks whenever you make a stealthiness.
Awesome. I'm already very stealthy.
So basically, the
Um,
chameleon skin that you have gives you a +1 to doing anything stealthy that involves blending into a background whenever you're naked, because it's your skin that does it.
Perfect. I'm gonna be naked a lot.
That is way less useful when you describe it like that.
It's
I am
actually-
going to cancel this spell and never mention it again.
Wait, no. I like it.
No, like not now. Like when we're doing some downtime, when we're chilling, I'm gonna cancel and recast this spell as a ritual because I do think it's a
Okay.
really good idea.
Yeah,
It is a super good
you should have taken some factors for the potency to give it a bigger bonus.
I didn't think of it.
It's fine. I'm very stealthy. And I'm also going to cast a spell on myself.
Okay.
I'm gonna do a mind spell to make people make it harder for people to look directly at me.
Okay. So what Douglas
basically
Adams
like a
would call us.
veiling.
So what Douglas Adams would call us somebody else's problem field. What people who play Vampire the Masquerade would call obfuscate.
Yeah, I'm obfuscating myself just
I
by
like somebody
making
else's
people
problem
more
better myself,
likely,
but you know, whatever.
making people more likely to just pass their eyes directly over me without thinking about it.
Okay. So that is your imago, your desire for what you want the spell to do. Now I need to know what the actions that you are taking to do the spell are, and is this a rote?
It is not a rote. It's improvised casting.
Okay.
Let me take a look at my tools here. So, I'm already naked.
Yes, you are.
Can I use that as part of my Foki? Because people don't want to look directly at a naked person.
Okay, so the thing is, um, when it comes to magic, cause and effect are not directly related. They can be if you want to do it that way, but your focus, foci is the plural of focus because it's from Latin. Um, your
Yeah.
focus is a thing that you use to help your concentration to, because what you're doing is you're exerting your willpower on reality and making what you want to be reality. That's what magic is. I want it this way, and I say, do it. And the universe says, okay.
Uh,
The
okay. In that case, I'm going to ask my
foci are
friends.
the things that you use to make it easier for you to concentrate on the universe and force it to bow down to your will.
All right. So I have another idea then.
Okay.
One of my foci is mirrors, so I'm going to incorporate that by, like I have a mirror and I'm just gonna like pass it over my face a few times. I'm going to focus on not being noticed, and uh, as I do that, I'm going to ask my friends to like really, really, really tell me the truth. Do you want me to get caught by this vampire?
No.
No.
Thank you. Keep that thought in your mind, and So I'll do that, and I'm just like, all right, everyone, look at me, and just like focus on that thought of not letting me get caught by this vampire. You do not want that to happen, okay?
Gotcha.
Of course we don't.
Okay. So
All
I
right.
do
So
want to ask, have you? Yes, here we are. Um, okay, I was just looking at the list that you had set for yourself, and I like the fact that you've got a fairly extensive list. Um, Your dedicated magical tool, which is that? Is that for your tradition or for one of your spheres?
that is for my tradition.
Okay.
Do I need to write a sphere one as well,
No, you
or
don't
one?
have to. So uh, awakening mages, they get path and order tools. You don't have a path or an order. An order is basically the same thing as tradition, and path just determines what your ruling spheres are. So for you, not having a path and order, you get to have quote unquote path tools for all of your ruling spheres and quote unquote order tools for your tradition.
Okay. I don't
There's
super understand that, but for the purposes of this spell, I don't think it'll matter too
Yeah,
much.
when you're looking at this at the spellcasting cheat sheet, it says something about a bonus for using a path tool and a bonus for using an order tool. That it's a +1 in either case. It just means if it's a sphere that you don't have to spend mana on to improvise, then and you have a tool for it, that counts as a path tool.
Okay.
Anyway,
So
so
my
yeah, you're gonna pass the mirror in front of your face until like what your eyes don't register your face when you pass the mirror in front or something.
Yeah, I'm gonna take a hit of my wax pen because that's a dedicated tool and I can use that for pretty much everything.
Yep.
And as I'm asking my friends and making sure that they're focusing strongly on my ambiguity, um, I'm going to just like ask them to focus on that and focus on that feeling of not letting me get caught, and then I'm gonna pass the mirror in front of my face until my eyes don't meet my eyes and my reflection.
Alrighty.
So that's powerful emotions of groups, I hope. Meditation for concentration
Mhm.
and like letting my eyes kind of unfocus and slip out of like direct view, and then getting a little bit stoned.
All right, so that sounds perfectly fine. That gives you +4 from the concentration and the tools.
Excellent. So I've got +4. My arete is 2, so that makes it 6. My
What's
sphere
your
is 3.
Okay, so that gives you 2 reaches then. Do you want to use any of them?
So yeah, my arete plus my sphere, which makes it plus 9 die total.
What?
Is this vulgar?
No, this wouldn't be vulgar.
What?
No, this isn't vulgar.
Excellent. All right, so I've got 9 and dice, 2 reaches. I'll make it an advanced duration, so it'll last a scene. It's only targeting me, so I don't need to target anything else. And then I'll do.
Do you want to do the thing that allows you to cast it in one turn?
Yes, I do want to do that.
Okay. So that's both of your reaches
So
then.
that's a -2, and I only have 1 reach. Can I do potency as well?
Wait, what do you
As a
mean you
reach?
only have 1 reach?
I only took 1 reach for 1 scene.
And the casting time to make it so you can do it in 1 turn. I thought you said yes to that.
Oh yeah. Okay, I've got plenty of dice. Can I make my extra dice go towards potency then?
Yeah, you can make your extra dice go towards whatever you want. So by default, on almost every single spell in existence, by default the spell factor is potency. In your particular case, it would actually be by default duration. Um, so if you want, you can give it a specific potency by taking spell factors, which is a -2 to your die pool per factor.
Um, I will. I've got 9 dice still, right?
At this point in time, yes.
Uh, all right. I will.
If you go
I'll
down
take
to
a
the
minus.
if you go down to the 4th step, you can see the charts for what the minuses give you.
Yeah. I'm on there. The reach is for advanced duration. The other reach is for doing this whole spell in 1 turn,
Hmm.
and then I'll take a -4 to make the potency 3
Okay.
base. So it'll be 5 dice total.
Wait, you were at 9, right?
Yeah, I was at 9, taking a -4 for the at
Yes.
least 3 potency.
Okay. And what is your mind again?
My mind is 3.
Okay. All right. Whenever you want to roll.
I can't. I'm on a
Right.
phone. You
I
have to
forgot.
roll
I'm smart. What's your die pool?
it. It's 5 for
Oh,
a base potency of 3.
okay. Well, I have good news for you and bad news for you. They're the same news. You got 3 successes and 2 of them were 10s.
Oh dear lord.
And then 2 more successes for a grand total of 5 successes.
I will make all of those go towards potency, I guess.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you did. Um, I'll tell you what. If you will take a paradox point, I will allow these to go towards potency instead because the default is duration, and you didn't take the
If
reach
I
for
took
that.
them all on duration, how long would it last?
Um, how many successes did we have?
5 total?
One,
Because I
two,
got
three, four,
2
5.
and
Yep. So that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. NA. Basically indefinite, and then some.
excellent. I'll just make it
However,
last forever then.
you don't actually get indefinite. You can't make it last forever. Indefinite is not forever. Um,
Oh.
you would have to spend the mana for that to make it indefinite, and this is as a result of the spell. So we're gonna say 3 years instead.
Perfect. Don't look at me is what I'm titling this on my spells cast upon self.
Did I already roll at this? I think I already rolled that, didn't I? Yeah. Okay. And 1, 2, 3, 4. 5. Congratulations. You successfully avoided having 5 paradox.
Jesus Christ.
because it wasn't a vulgar spell.
So I take 1 point of paradox?
No, it's not a vulgar spell.
Oh, nice.
I just
Okay,
wanted to
I
see
thought you
what
said I did.
you took so many factors and got so many successes. I just wanted to see what would happen if I had rolled for paradox on that, and you would have gotten 5 paradox.
Would you consider that an exceptional success so that I can recover a point of mana that I spent yesterday?
Yeah.
Or
Also,
last.
yes, that five successes is an exceptional success. You got 5 successes, so yes. You also get the other thing that happens when you get an exceptional success. So you get to pick either mind or arete, which one you want to put a special experience point on.
Definitely Arate. I am
Yeah.
working towards getting 3 Arate.
Yeah. So write it down somewhere. If you didn't already make a specialty experience log for yourself, just make another copy of the XP log and name it the same, except with an S instead of an X.
Alright, I'll do that later because it's a lot of work on my phone. For now, I'll just make a note in Discord.
No worries. So you have a +5 now to your nobody notice you, which is not exactly the same thing as the +1 to your fading into the background, but they obviously will overlap a lot.
Right.
So your +5 is basically a -5 to anyone's roll to perceive you, unless you specifically have made them not a target of your spell, which you didn't exclude anyone. So everyone, including these guys, will have to roll at a -5.
Even if I talk directly to them or like hold their arm or something?
I mean, for a little bit, if you are forcing their attention onto you, they don't have to make a roll. But the instant that you are not invading their privacy to the point where they can't ignore you, they will go right back to ignoring you again.
Excellent. Alright,
For
so
as
I
long as the
basically
spell
just.
is
You
active,
guys.
everyone is at a -5 to perceive you.
Excellent. Alright, so I'm now as invisible as I feel comfortable being. And I will just straight up like shuffle towards I'll tug on Blue Neck's arm and I'm like, hey Blue Neck, can you see me?
The,
1 second, my wife literally just called me.
no
I'll tug on
worries.
someone else's arm. Hey, Anubis, can you see me?
Like I'm just looking at you and like it's very hard,
Excellent.
if at all.
So what's the plan here? I'm invisible now. Do I just like walk in and like watch him, or do I try to get him out here? Do I beat him over the head with something? I'm not very strong.
Yeah, I think you should just go to the back of the home, and I'll go, just knock on the front.
Okay, I'll wait until I
Otherwise,
hear your knock. So try to knock loud.
sure.
Hello? Sorry, I
And
missed all of that.
It's all right.
okay. So
They were talking to each other because you were busy.
Okay, cool.
yeah, the
So last thing I heard was the spell had worked so good that just to see him, if he was not actively invading that personal space, is a -5, right?
-5 to perceive him, yes. Which I'm pretty sure puts
So
everyone currently at the table at a chance die to see him, unless he forcibly inserts himself into your reality.
yeah, yes, it does.
So congratulations,
I
dude.
plan
You've
to.
chance died the lot of them.
So I would like to make a stealth check to sneak into this person's home once I
You
hear a knock on the front door.
succeed.
All right, so go ahead and roll your dexterity plus stealth with a +1 for the chameleon skin for blending into backgrounds.
So my dexterity is 4, my stealth is 2, and then I have a +1, so I have 8 dice? Wait, 5, 6, 7 dice. And you have to roll it.
I am. I remember from last time. This is not your
Okay,
first.
just
This is not your first roll this game. This is your second roll. So you got 3 successes there. So congratulations, you vault over the fence in one fell swoop, land on the other side without making hardly a noise.
and I'm a little bit high right now, so the Pink Panther theme song is playing in my head.
All right then. Ba-dum, ba-dum, ba-dum. Anyway, so you're now in the backyard. In the backyard, you can see what looks like just, your average, normal, everyday, run-of-the-mill American suburban home backyard. Doesn't seem to be anything out of the ordinary whatsoever. It all seems like what you would expect in any regular household. So, since there's vampires living here, you're pretty sure something's up.
Right. Way too suspicious. It's quiet. Too quiet. And then I sneak on up to the back door and wait for Anubis's knock on the front.
Right. I'm going like the instant he's going on the back of the house. I'm just going to the front,
Okay.
wherever it is.
Okay, so the front of the house is over here behind the garage next to where the other cars are parked. This is the backyard here where Samandriel is. And you are just outside in somebody else's backyard. Actually, all 3 of you are currently in somebody else's backyard on the other side of the fence.
But no one's there, right?
I mean, the 3 of you are.
Right. So I just go the proper way. Here, right?
Um, right here. This is like a covered parking in front of the house. This is the actual entrance to the house, right there at the front.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. So I knock quite loudly.
Not quite loudly.
Is-
Okay,
Right.
so give me a second here. Wait, actually, let's go ahead and look in here and see what. Do you guys have any? Are you all? Oh yeah, you're the crazy, nasty things. We don't want that. Okay, that works for me. So you uh knock on the door, and it's answered by this lady here.
As I hear the knock, I slowly try to turn the back door's handle.
Do I see if she's a vampire or not?
You've got your death sight on. She is one of the vampires.
Excuse me, I didn't hear you.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, she look at the name that I gave her.
I didn't see a name on her. I checked that. There
Oh.
we go. Living dead girl.
Yeah, I had to type it in first.
Yeah.
When I first plonked her onto the table, she didn't have a name. I had to give it to her. So you checked too quickly. So yeah, she opens the door. She's like, "I didn't order pizza."
Um,
Excuse me, miss. Do you happen to know if your neighbors like two homes from there from here uh are present in there? in their home because they're not answering, and I have a very important thing to, to communicate to them.
You make absolutely no
As
sense at all. And she slams the door in your face.
as soon as I heard the knock, I tried to turn the handle.
Right.
Is the back door
I
locked?
was letting him play out his very brief scene with the lady before she slammed the
Okay.
door in his face. Before we got to you, the handle does not turn. It's locked.
I pull out a wire and
From
a
what, you
screwdriver.
naked boy?
Oh, right. Fuck. Shit. I didn't think this through. I left my stuff in my pockets. I guess I go back to the edge of the fence,
Okay.
and then I'll peek over the fence and very quietly say, "Hey, hey, Blue Neck, Blue
What's
Neck."
up, man? What's up?
Does he even notice him?
He is making an effort to get in on my
He
reality.
is making an effort, yes. So, yes.
What's up, man? Where'd you go? You've been gone for like 20 minutes.
Hey, shh.
What's up?
Can you dig in my clothes and find my wire and my screwdriver?
Yeah, sure, man. It's not gonna work if you're holding shit. It'll look like it's floating in the air, but here.
It's fine. I can hide it behind my back. Just hand it over.
Okay, here you go, man.
All right, I take it and then I sneak back over. Dick's just hanging out there, and I hide my screwdriver and wire behind my chameleon back as I sneak over to the door and attempt to lockpick it.
Alrighty. So, Dex and Larceny. And I see you have
It's four deck.
I see you have a specialty in lockpicking as well.
I do. I have to steal a lot of stuff because I have nothing.
Alrighty.
So yeah, I will.
So you take your wire
Or
and your screwdriver that you obviously have lots of experience with using because you've done it over and over and over again for years. And you open that door with literally no difficulty whatsoever. It is unlocked within seconds of you pressing wire to keyhole.
all right, and I don't turn it right away. Did I make any noise while I was doing that?
Yes. It doesn't seem
Hello?
like anyone has noticed, but yes.
I did make noise.
Yes, but it doesn't seem like anyone has noticed.
Excellent. I will sneak back over to the edge of the fence and just toss the screwdriver and the wire over.
Okay.
And then I'll sneak back over to the door and open it just a crack and peek inside.
You can't see anything on the other side. There's the only light that is lighting this room is the light of the city as it pours in through the door. So you see lots and
It's just
lots
a
of
crack. Just a tiny little crack.
yeah. So you see lots and lots of blackness and a tiny sliver of light that is the light pouring through the crack in the door.
I shut the door
Which
very
isn't
slowly.
which isn't a lot
And-
of light because remember, you're in the backyard of a house in the suburbs. So if you've ever been to the backyard of a house in the suburbs, you know that there's not a lot of light back there.
Right.
It's still more than
In that
absolute
case-
nothingness, but it's not like daytime.
In that case, I will slip and slot inside quickly and then shut the door behind myself slowly and quietly, keeping the handle turned so it doesn't make a click.
Okay.
And then I don't know, like try to find somewhere with light by like
Stump-
feeling around.
You're gonna feel it around. Okay.
I'm not looking for a light switch. I'm just like feeling my way around the room.
Okay. All right. So I'm going to ask you to roll dexterity and athletics with a -2.
I have 1 athletics and 4 dexterity.
So 3.
Wait, what? 3? Wouldn't it be 5?
Minus
Oh, 3
2.
successes.
No, minus 2.
Why minus 2? Oh, because it's dark. That makes sense.
Because you can't freaking see worth of beans.
Yeah, you're right.
Okay, so you got a 6, a 5, and a 3, which I'm sure you can tell how many successes that is. You trip a wire, and an alarm goes off in the house.
Shit. I like press myself against a wall and hold very, very still.
So those of you outside
Fuck.
don't notice anything.
I'm just entering. If I can. If it's open, I'm just entering, and if
No,
it's not, I'm
I just
just
said you
destroying the
you
door.
don't notice anything. You can't hear any alarm. You don't see any lights on in the house.
Oh,
As
okay.
you can't tell that anything has happened. The only person that knows that the alarm is going off right
Oh.
now is Samandrio. Well,
And
and
I hold my
everybody else
breath.
in the house.
Yeah, I hold my breath and press myself against a wall and hold very, very still.
A very, 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 very ugly looking thing that used to be a dog, probably a pit bull, but is now just a tangled mess of bone spurs and protruding spikes and just hellish nastiness that makes this a very fearsome and ugly motherfucker. Rushes into the room that you're at. I'm describing this to you now so that when the lights turn on, you can have the appropriate reaction. All you know right now is that a drooling, snarling thing has run into the same room you're at because you can't see him.
Still holding my breath. Hoping that my skin is the same color as the wall.
Immediately behind him is Mr. Mohawk guy, and he
Yes,
turns
sir.
on the light in the room as soon as he enters in. They both look around at the room. After a little bit, the dog starts sniffing around, and he goes to the door and kind of whines a bit, and then rolls over and lays on his back like he's wanting his belly to be rubbed. The punk guy looks around and he searches literally every single corner in this room.
I'm very slowly like shuffling away from him as this is happening, like still with my breath held, like trying not to make any
Like
noise.
literally on your toes, like in a like in a cartoon or something.
Oh, literally neither of them are showing any signs of even noticing that you're in there, even though they're obviously trying to find whoever's hiding in this room if there is anyone. So he searches the entire room, doesn't see anything out of order, replaces the tripwire,
I take
walks out,
mental note of where it's at.
checks a bunch of other things, turns around, calls it the quote unquote dog to follow, leaves the room, turns off the light, and closes the door behind him.
I take a sigh of relief.
Yeah, that's the wonderful thing about negative fucking 5, dude.
That was terrifying.
The alarm is still going off, by the way. No one's turned off just apparently the search has not gone to you. Or
Okay.
the search is still going on, just not in the room you're in anymore.
Right. Okay, so I'm alone in this room. I don't want to open a door until the alarm is off. So in the meantime, can I turn on a mage sight of some kind?
If you have the means to do so.
Well, yikes. I don't have any clothing.
or anything in
Uh,
your clothing, because it's still there in your clothing.
right. um,
Do you want to go sneak back
I,
out to the fence again really quick?
no. While the light was on, what did I see in the room? What kind of room was it?
It looked like it was like a storage room. Uh, like think laundry room with no laundry or laundry facilities. But lots and lots of boxes
Okay.
on lots and lots of boxes on freaking what are those things called? Shelving. I forgot the word shelving. Seriously. What the hell's wrong with me?
Okay, so I can always use meditation even if I don't have any other tools, right?
I mean, meditation is a thing that you do, in your minds. So yeah.
Yes. And I'm still a little bit high, but I'm not actively getting high, so I don't think that counts. Um, I will use meditation and concentration to turn on my mind mage sight. Or I guess my soul mage sight? I don't
Spirit?
know. Spirit.
Do you have spirit?
I do. It is my other ruling.
Hmm. Well, if you want to turn on your spirit sight, then you will be able to see spirits if you successfully do it.
All right. I
Now,
will do.
before you
Okay. So
decide
spirits.
before you decide whether or not you want to be able to see spirits, spirits are things that dead stuff leave behind, like ghosts, that kind of thing, and also the ideas of things, like the spirit of chaos, the spirit of creative freedom, the spirit of
So
autumn time.
I'm beginning to realize that this plan was not fully thought through as I'm in the middle of this vampire's house.
So while you
Yeah,
could
that
turn
might
on
have been
your spirit sight is not going to show you where the vampires are because it will show you where the dead people are who are floating around in the spirit world and also anything else that's in the spirit world as well. But vampires aren't in the spirit world, they're in the physical world. They're just dead. The
Hmm.
spirits of the people the vampires used to be before they became a vampire might be in the spirit realm, but probably not. And almost definitely not in the same place at the same time.
Right. I think instead of that, I will turn on mind sight and do. Fuck. I can't remember whether it's third eye or aura perception that I need for this.
I would go with aura perception.
All right. I
Aura
will do
perception
aura
allows
perception.
you to see the auras of things, which is, what their mind looks like. Uh, whereas third eye, I think that I don't know. I don't know what that is, honestly. I'd have to look it up.
Yeah, me too. So for now, I'll just turn on aura perception with concentration and meditation. So I have three mind. It's a rote.
Yep.
Um, empathy is my thing for that,
Okay.
and basically I just close my eyes really tightly, uh, and focus on my own emotions and think about how other people might feel about me being in their house. Kind of feel a little bit guilty about it, and then open my eyes, hopefully being able to see them.
So you're gonna crouch down and meditate on the minds of the other people that live here and just focus on that for a while. And then
Yeah,
hopefully when you open your eyes, you'll be able to see them by looking at
yeah.
their mind residue. I'm sorry to say, the highest thing that you just rolled was a 5 out of 8 dice.
Yikes.
Yeah. It's a good thing that botches only count when you're doing a chance
Wait,
die because you
wait.
got 2 ones.
Hold on though. I have 4 dots in empathy. Emotion is a specialty, so that's 5.
Doesn't
Mind
count
is
for magic.
3, and then arete is 2. And then I have 2 jewels. It's a rote. I have it
Oh,
as a rote.
sorry. I forgot about the 2 tools, and I had your mind wrong. So that gives you 3 more dice than what I rolled.
Uh,
And
and
motherfucker,
since
still
I
no
have
successes.
God damn, I am the unlucky. I
Yeah,
open my eyes and I can't see shit.
nope. I mean, that doesn't mean that you can't try again.
Yeah, I'll try again. Is the search still going on?
Yes.
All right. So I'll try for advanced duration, so this can last a scene.
Okay.
And it's a rote, and it's only 1, so I have 2 reaches.
Well, you
3
do
reaches.
you've got you want to use a reach for making it an instant one, so that you're not just sitting there for, you know, 15, 20 minutes going hum da hum da hum da, let me see those faces. Hum da hum da hum da, let me see those
Yeah,
faces.
yeah.
So, to make it an instant, you want to spend the reach on that.
So instant duration, and then I guess range because they're not in the room with me.
Um, oh yeah, like you can do that if you want. It's like by default. Um, it's an area like maybe a quarter of the size of the room you're in, so you'd have to be, well, no. 5 size. Yeah, it's basically an area about the quarter size of the room, so you'd have to be really freaking close to see their minds by default. So if you want to take some reaches to get that to more people, like I
Yeah,
would probably go to at least the large room scale, which is
yeah. I'll
two
definitely do that.
two skill sets, 2 factors.
Um,
Also,
yes.
because you're trying the same thing again, you're at a -1 on that. Um, and I should let you know, just in case I didn't already tell you, I don't know if you were here yet. You can always, on any spell, on any roll you do, whether it's a spell or a regular roll, you can always spend a willpower and get 3 extra dice. And on magic spells, you can also spend up to 2 mana if you are able to spend enough, because, like, if you can only spend 2 mana and you already had to spend 1 just to cast it, you can't spend another 2, right? You have to be able to
Yeah,
spend that many, but you can spend up to 2 mana to get another 2 extra dice, 1 per mana.
yeah. This is just sight though, and I have plenty of dice, so taking a -1 isn't a huge deal.
Well, it's well,
Uh,
with the getting the large room size at the -4, that's -5 from your 8, so you'd be at 3 now.
but wait. Wouldn't I have reaches for to do the thing because it's a rote, and I have 3 mind, and it's just seeing, so I have 3 reaches, right?
Um, you have 2 reaches left because of the wanting to do the uh, in order to do it as instant, you have to spend the reach for that. So you have 2 left. If you wanted to, you could go from the standard um, area to the advanced area, which starts at the whole building.
Yeah, that's what I want to do. I want to
Okay,
get a reach for the area, a reach for the duration for the scene, and then a reach for
making it
the
instant.
right. Just 1 turn. Yeah.
Okay, so that gives you, in this takes 3 seconds for you. It'll last for a scene, and you can see all the mines in basically the whole building.
Right.
Okay. Do you want to add anything else onto it?
No, I'm just gonna spy on him
Okay. Well,
a
then
little bit.
in that case, then we're just at the -1 since we're not taking the spell factors.
Right.
Oh,
Just trying to get a little bit of
much,
information on him
much
from
better.
the inside.
This time you got 4 successes.
What's better? What?
Oh, wait, did I just roll too many dice? No. No, we're fine. Yeah. So you got 4 successes the second time you tried. So, congratulations. you are now able to see 5 auras inside the building, including your own. 3 auras outside the building, who you recognize instantly as your compadres. 3 of the auras within the building are very muted and faded, kind of like if you were to you know how when you leave a sign out in the sun, it starts out where it's all
Mhm.
bright and red and yellow and blue and whatnot, but over time the red fades to yellow and the blue fades away, you know?
Yeah.
You've seen old signs that have been in the sun too long. You've got that 3 of the auras that you're seeing inside the house have that effect happening, like they've been in the sun too long and they're really faded colors.
Okay.
All 4 of the other auras in the area are showing off gigantic signs of being extremely afraid and panicky while this alarm is going off, and they're frantically searching the house for whatever set it off.
You said 4 of them?
Yes, there's 4 people in the house besides yourself. 3 of them have very pale auras,
Okay.
like a sign that's
I'm
been left in
going
the
to
sun too
just
long.
kind of wait for them to hopefully stop searching, or like maybe wait for their auras to calm a bit.
So after a few minutes of finding absolutely nothing wrong, they come back into the room, double check the wire that got tripped to just see, like, make sure it's
I
completely
hold perfectly still again.
to make sure it's completely secure, and then they walk back out, and the 3 muted ones go downstairs while the 4th one stays on the same level of the house as you are. Not in the
Okay.
same room, just on the same level of the house as you are.
So is he staying away from the door or close to it?
What?
Is he near the door or far from it?
The door from your room to the room that you're in to the rest of the house?
Yes.
That is a question. Give me a second. I need to do a thing.
Casually looks up floor plan.
I mean, you're not wrong. Okay, well, I did like that one until it went all weird like that. Let's.
I don't know when I'm supposed to report back to my friends on my findings, but I definitely can't kidnap any of these people.
Yes,
I
I
mean,
mean,
they're terrified that the alarm went off. It seems maybe if you could separate them with like some Scooby Doo type bullshit, you
Yeah,
could
that's what I was
totally like
thinking.
put your hand against the throat and say, "Come with me, or I will snap your neck." And then your
That's what I was.
junk will be all up on them, so it'll be super confusing too. I mean, that might work. I'm just saying.
Yeah,
Okay,
I was thinking something along those lines. That's why I asked if he was far.
so here we go. We're gonna do this. Okay. And then now I gotta
oh,
move you guys. Because you and you and you. What? No, you're going the wrong way, dude. Yo, stop it. Stop it. Stop moving you. You're in the. Stop it. You're over here. You guys aren't anywhere near the property. Okay. You are there. They're not on this floor. And pink. We will go with pink. Where'd you go? There you are. Okay. That's where everybody is. Do you see it?
right.
Here, let me.
So I
No, that's not gonna work.
actually I ask
No, I'm asking
guys?
Salad
What?
if he can see it on the live stream, the floor plan and all that.
I'll be able to in a minute. Can we cut to the other people and what they're doing while I'm snooping?
Sure.
Because while I decide what to do.
'Cause it is going to take quite a while for them to settle down and go back downstairs. So, um, outside, you guys don't hear anything. You saw him go inside, and it's been quiet for like half an hour.
Oh man! Like after 10 minutes, I think I would go back to them
Okay.
to the rest. Hey guys, like, did you hear from Sam?
Haven't heard anything. How long do you think this is going to take?
I
Yeah,
mean,
I
we're
don't
not
know.
hearing any screaming. I could check to see if he's still alive.
Good idea.
Yeah, that. I mean, you could actually monitor
Oh, I
if
should say,
if
Nico, while you
huh?
can't hear anything going on, you can see the dead people moving around inside the house. So you can see that they're
Oh yeah.
searching around. You can see that they're moving around a lot. They're not like sleeping or anything. They're moving around a lot.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So from what I'm saying, they are like probably searching for him. Maybe we should just go like inside. I don't know if we just do like a SWAT thing and frontally attack them or something, or we are just going to do the frontal and back, front and back or something like this.
I'm sure we can take them, honestly.
Yeah, I mean there are 4 people besides Sam, so we also can just enter, grab anybody we can, anybody we see first, and just drive away.
Salad here?
He's in
Excuse me.
voice.
I'm here, but I'm also in the house, so I'm not part of the scene.
Yeah.
Well, I'm saying he was saying grab somebody. We would like grab him too or not?
I mean, he is invisible now, so he'll take care of himself for sure.
I guess he'd probably be fine in there if he's pretty
Especially
much invisible.
when we, yeah, especially when we distract the vampires like this. So what do you think?
I think we should wait it out. Keep an eye on him.
Okay.
If they all gang up on him or something, then go in. But
I mean, it's not exactly calm inside there, you know? They are definitely looking for him.
well, I'd say keep an eye out, and if things look like they're going downhill, we'll head in.
Yeah, okay. Hmm.
All right. Well, if you guys are just gonna watch and wait, about 15-20 minutes later, you notice that the vampires are no longer walking around all over the place. They all head downstairs into the basement and become horizontal.
Oh,
Do any of you guys care about the time?
No, I'm
No,
good.
not exactly.
No, I meant in game. Do any of your characters care about the current time in game?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't think so either.
All right. So it's going to be a surprise when the dawn comes. Got it. Uh, um,
Yeah, so I just see like they probably went to sleep or something in the basement. I don't know why.
Is he still moving around in there now, or what's he doing?
The vampires are horizontal. I mean, like, I can't describe it better. They're not standing.
Okay.
Yeah,
If
so
if
yeah,
you
maybe
if
we
you really
definitely
want
could.
to, I can describe it better. The three vampires are all horizontal. They're wiggling a little bit, and they're all very close to each other.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh, okay.
I can see this with my mind sight too, right? Like I can see the auras like changing emotional states, I guess.
Yeah, if you're watching this, then what you can see, uh, you, you know, oh, I can't actually do that because you're not in here to give you a private note. Never mind, screw it. What you can see is that there are actually four people all there at the same time, um, and they are the fourth person is in the heights of sexual passion, and the other three are in the heights of feeding frenzy.
Oh,
Oh,
oh.
No, you don't
Uh,
know this, Anubis. You can only see the three dead people. He's seeing everybody's minds, so he's reading their
yeah, yeah,
emotional
but
states.
but like,
You can't see that.
I mean that because I thought it was only two vampires, so now they are like all three of them.
There are three vampires in there, yes.
Yeah, okay.
well, as soon as I see this, I sneak into the other room.
Okay. They're labeled, so which other room?
Oh, let me open up the full screen YouTube. I had it in a corner.
No worries.
Uh, where the guy came from that room. I was in the laundry room, so I'll go north a little ways, and then I don't know. I think while they're distracted, I'm just gonna poke around their house.
Okay. So we'll just poke around a little bit. Ooh, look, a bathroom. And here's a bedroom with a bed and a blood splatter on the wall. Okay, what about...
In-
Oh, hey, there's another bedroom in here. Oh, and more blood splatters. Oh,
Interesting.
that's lovely. Oh, and there's the front room, and oh, there's a person over there in the kitchen. Person over there didn't see me. Okay, and over here in the big room, there is a gigantic TV and what looks like an obvious. You know what a man cave looks like? This is a man cave in the living room. That's what this is. You've got a man cave in the living room. Then
All right.
over here, you've got like just a regular old dining room, with tables and chairs and places to eat and sit and yeah, whatever. It's just a place. Oh, and here's another bedroom, and oh my God, that's a lot
What?
of blood. Ooh, and here's a giant bathroom, and oh, hey, look at that really awesome huge tub. Oh my God, that's a lot of blood. Oh my God, that's a lot of blood. Oh my God, that's a lot of blood. There's so much blood. This bathtub is full of blood. Okay, let's leave here. Let's leave here. Yeah, let's go this way.
Yeah, yeah. I think actually just to piss them off, I will pull the plug on the bathtub
Yoink.
and then wipe my hand off so there's no blood on it.
Uh, okay. So now there is a towel in the master bath that has a lot of blood on it. It used to be a white towel, but it's not anymore. Oh, yeah.
Yep. And then what is the emotional state of the person in the kitchen? Is he like calm? That's
Uh,
the
she
she.
she is perfectly calm, perfectly cool, perfectly collected. Um, Seems about as excitable as a sleeping cow. Wait, no, that's not a good one. They're pretty excitable. Um, a well-fed cat. No, she's not I got it. She is as easy to scare as a uh, rhinoceros. We'll go with that. They're not very easy to scare. Yeah. She's
Okay.
just she's making herself some ham and eggs
Interesting.
and humming to herself.
Think I'm going to find a sharp object. No, not a sharp object, because Samandriel is not that kind of person.
Okay.
He's going to go into the bathroom and find some drugs so he can cast magic.
Okay. So in the bathroom, not the master bathroom, but the other bathroom across the way because you were closer to it, you find an empty bottle of aspirin, a half-empty bottle of hydrogen peroxide.
Wow. They need to do some more cleaning. Any like Xanax or anything?
No, there's nothing in this bedroom. Going back across to the master bathroom, you find bleach and toilet paper rolls.
You cut out what and toilet paper rolls?
Bleach.
Okay. Well, guess this is gonna have to go the hard way. And I walk somewhere where she won't be able to see me directly. Did I find an entrance to the basement?
You haven't explored the entire house yet. There was one hallway you haven't gone down yet.
All right, I will go far away from that hallway. Not like on the other end of the house, close enough to it that I can like make a bolt for it.
I
And
guess
then
that'd be like here-ish.
yeah. Oh well, I can't see exactly where you're at because stream lag.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, you'll eventually see me
but
moving my mouse along the one corridor you haven't gone down yet.
yeah, so I will pick something up, just like literally anything, whatever's near me,
Okay, you grab a poker from the fireplace.
and I will spear that motherfucker as hard as I can towards the TV.
All right, well, since you're in the great room, which has the TV and the fireplace, that's not difficult at all. So you break the fuck out of the TV.
And then I run out of the room and hug a wall while hoping that she goes to investigate.
She goes to investigate. She screams in righteous
Uh,
fury at the loss of her um, seminal game. Apparently, she's the football freak.
oh,
She's
and
really, really
then
pissed because she was. So you know how they show like whenever there's any like super football guy on any kind of like TV show or commercial, uh, there's somebody else messing with them, and they always cut out the cable right before they find out if the touchdown happened. Well,
yeah,
you just did that to her.
okay. As soon as she goes into the room, I run out, grab her sandwich off of the plate,
Okay.
and then I go out the door and back to my friends. Because I'm still high, so I've got the munchies. I just snag her sandwich. And then out the back door quietly, being very careful to step over the tripwire. And I lock it behind me.
Alrighty. So let's put you back on the outside. All right. So you steal the poor girl's sandwich and
Nico
run
got
outside
cut
the
out,
house.
Did you see?
Yeah, and I just peek. I try to hop over the fence again.
Did y'all see Nico got cut out?
Oh no, didn't. Is he back yet? Yeah.
Let me check.
He's. I don't know if he. I can't hear him
Yeah,
because
he's
he's
back
not
now.
talking. I think.
Nico, do you hear us? Well, Nico's dead.
No, not Nico. Come back to us.
You gotta admit, if someone died on your channel, it would probably get the most views out of any of your videos.
I highly doubt that he's dead. He probably just, lost
I'm
his
not
internet
saying
connection
he's
or
really
something.
dead. I'm saying it would be beneficial for you if he was dead.
It would not.
Wow, that is
That's
terrible.
a very inaccurate statement that you made, because I mean, there is a possibility that it might help my views, but I highly doubt that, because that would also be the point at which I stopped doing this. Because no, I don't want to get famous
Yeah,
because
that
some
would
dude
probably
died.
feel bad.
No, I don't. If
So
someone
yeah,
died on a
I
show
leave
that
the
I was
house.
live streaming, I would cease live streaming that show immediately, because no, that's just have
Oh no, not like continue the show. Obviously, you stop when he dies. I'm just saying, if you leave in the part where you discover he's actually dead, that would be your most watched video.
you're extremely morbid.
Am I
Anyway,
wrong? Is my question.
I honestly don't know, and I don't want to find out. So let's have no one die. How about that? Well, I
That's a
mean,
good plan. I like
in
that
real
plan.
life, obviously there are already people who have died in the game. You're, you know, watching them move around in that house right now.
Yes.
anyway, I leave the house and go back to my friends, climb over the fence, and like wait for them to notice me, and then realize that they can't. Take a couple bites of the sandwich, and then like say, "Hey guys."
So
Oh, you are
okay,
here.
so here's a thing. I am going to give anyone who wants a chance to notice him before he shouts, "Hey guys." Does anybody want to take
Okay.
that chance?
I do.
Okay,
Of
so
course.
I'm looking out for my little buddy.
all
The
right.
chance die, right?
So maybe it is wits plus composure at a -5.
Okay, let me check my sheet. Composure is 2 and wits is 3. I'm actually still at a chance die.
Yep.
Just barely. God damn it. I was so excited for like a quarter second. That didn't roll at all. That did also not roll at all. Move. Dice of Doom. God damn it.
A9.
There you go.
There we
That's a
go.
roll. And it was a
That's
bad roll.
botch.
That is a botch. Okay, so Anubis notices, because you've been watching out and we're kind of concerned and whatnot, Anubis notices Samandriel as soon as his head peeks up over the fence as he's vaulting over it. On the other hand, because you botched that, Cardinal Blue Neck doesn't even notice you when you shout, "Hey guys," and he won't notice you until something that I have yet something that I have already decided but won't tell you happens. Whenever it happens, that's when he'll be able to tell that you exist again.
Oh no.
Yes, it's a specific
Oh,
action
Sam,
that
you're
must be
here.
taken place in order for him to acknowledge your existence ever again while your
Oh
spell's
no.
active. While your spell
So
is
I
active.
say, "Hey guys," and I like wave my sandwich around. Does Blue Neck notice the sandwich at least?
No.
Oh, you're here,
No.
Sam. Like, what took you so long?
Well, I was spying and I wanted to get a sense of their emotional states, and I think they're having an orgy and also eating a guy, but I couldn't stop it, so I just broke their TV and drained their bathtub
Okay.
of blood.
Yeah, so, like, okay, and is there a person alone there? I mean, a dead person alone?
No. Well, there was a living person
Okay,
alone. I didn't want to hurt her.
Someone,
okay.
I'm betting it's probably Nico, but I'm not sure. Someone has a staticky mic.
Oh, thank God that's not in my head.
Yeah, that's who it is.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Nico.
Like,
Are you still using the crappy mic, or did you finally get the one that you were looking for like 3 weeks ago?
no, I have new one,
Huh.
so I don't think I'm static.
Well, you
Like,
wouldn't. If
let's
you're not hearing static on the line, then it's definitely you.
I hear something, and I think it might be salad. I don't know.
Well,
I am in a
Actually, sounds
truck.
like radio interference.
well,
If you move your cell phone away
there's a
from
way
it.
to find out. Um,
And I actually have push to talk, right? Okay. So if you hearing this
it's you.
static, like, yeah,
It is definitely you. So I muted Salad Coon without telling any of you,
okay,
and I was still hearing it. As
okay,
soon as I muted you, the noise went away.
okay. Wait a sec.
Yeah, now the static is gone. It's not a big deal. It's just a thing that I noticed. So yes, you wave the salad. You wave the sandwich, and, and you tell the people who notice you and acknowledge that you exist that you think they're having an orgy, and you broke their giant TV and drained their bathtub of blood.
Yeah, there was a living person in there, but I didn't want to hurt her. She seemed calm though. I think she's okay with there being vampires having orgies in her basement. And then I shrug and take another bite.
Of the sandwich that you stole from her.
Sure.
Right. Okay. So what do we do? I think we should just, you know, maybe just get the lady. I don't know. Maybe she will tell us something.
Uh, well, I can pick the lock again.
Did you lock the door behind you when you left? Oh no, they did.
No, I
Probably.
locked the door behind me when I left.
Right. Yeah.
If there's just one person hanging out, let's grab them and get out of here.
Yeah, right. I
Okay.
agree.
Uh, well, she's pretty pissed right now, but yeah, we can do that.
Yeah, I think
So,
like we can just put her to sleep. I don't know. You can do that, Sam?
I could probably do that.
Let's go.
All right. I guess I try to sneak back into the house.
Okay.
I mean, I don't think sneaking is actually the needed if they are in the basement.
Well, I think she's on lookout, so I think we need to. Oh, I have an
Ah, okay,
idea.
maybe.
Why don't you go? Let me sneak in. Give me 5 minutes. Go knock on the front door again. I'll be right behind her, and I'll just tackle her out, and we can grab her and go.
Okay. Yeah, so I'm going to the front again. It's
But
somewhere
we
here,
can't
right?
hurt her. As you guys can probably tell, I've got a lot of magic going on, and I gesture to my like hard to look atness.
I actually want to cast a spell. Just to um, make the chances a little bigger on that no one besides her will notice my knock.
All right.
No one besides
That works
her
for
will
me.
what?
Yeah, okay. So what's that?
Okay. So I have replaced.
So it'll be concentration, right? Excuse me.
What are you trying to do?
Yeah, I'm trying to make a spell.
Okay. What spell are you trying to make?
Uh, I'm trying to make sure that the lady that is uh, that Sam told me about will be at the door. Exactly this lady. And I mean, like it's not like it has to be like this. I'm trying to switch the tides a little bit. Hello.
I'm not sure. You're trying to alter the odds so that she's the person that answers the door.
Right. Because I'm quite sure that nobody else would do this, but not exactly.
I don't. I mean, if you really want to do it, I'm not going to stop you, but you need to have an imago and you need to tell me what things you do to do the spell, and I need to tell me what you're doing mechanically with the cheat sheet.
Okay, so I will just do concentration plus my ring as a tool because it's half tool or yeah, it's half tool. And what I would do is I would imagine that mm, the hmm, the fate around the particular moment that I'm knocking is changing on uh, you know changing hmm, to the particular uh, chain of events that would suit me, and I will turn the ring twice around my finger and murmur something, and then knock.
Okay.
Okay. Well, I need to be inside the house first, so I'm gonna sneak on in there.
Right.
There we go. Now I've got a nice little name for that third guy too.
Hmm. I need to look at a cheat sheet before I decide if I want to do this spell or not. Do. That's.
Be cool if I moved my character.
Yeah, I mean, you're your character.
I'm gonna be right here.
Oops. Reference.
Just so you know, the setting of the inside of this house right now is the last known locations of everybody, not necessarily the current locations of everybody.
Right. It's like a fog of war or something.
Yeah, I mean, like when we get back to going into the house and whatnot, I'll update all this. But right now, you're wanting to cast spells, so
I won't be casting mine until I'm in the house, but I may or may not even cast it. So I gotta look at the Arcana of Creative Thaumaturgy first.
to figure out if what level you need for it.
Yeah. I forgot that I could put people to sleep with mind, but I don't know if I'm strong enough to do that to several people. I do not think I am.
Okay. Nico, you gonna do your thing?
Yeah.
Okay, do your thing.
So I can actually, because I, how many riches would I have with this?
Sorry, we'll say that again.
How many riches would I
So,
have with this spell?
what is the level of the spell that you're trying to do?
I mean, I think it's maximum two. I think it's actually one because I'm compelling something, not actually demanding it.
Um,
Because it's creative thaumaturgy, so yeah. So this is not the role.
right, it's dynamic. I already knew that.
Yes.
And what this was, this is the Death Arcana, right? Nico? Nico,
Uh, yeah.
what, which, what Arcana are you using?
Faith.
You're using Fate?
Yes.
Okay. All right, so it's not a compelling. Okay, so it would normally be a Fate 2 thing
Okay.
because you are causing a thing to happen, which is ruling. However, doing
hmm
something on someone not yourself requires the next dot up, so it would be Fate 3.
Okay. So it's
Affecting a
Faith 3.
affecting a target other than yourself with any kind of spell, targeting anything
hmm
with a spell. Not like throwing a fireball at someone. That's not the same thing.
hmm
Targeting someone with a
Okay.
spell other than yourself requires one
Yeah.
more
Yeah.
dot
Okay.
up.
So okay.
Also, I honestly don't think. No, that's not.
I don't hear ya.
I
You
guess
cut
small
off a
manipulations of
lot.
destiny. You know, whatever. We'll just treat it as. You know what? Screw it. I'm just going to treat it as pointless to even try and figure out what the spell is because she's going to be doing the answering anyway. So it doesn't matter if the spell succeeds or fails. It doesn't matter if you cast it or not. She's going to be the one that
Okay.
answers the door. It doesn't matter. And I don't feel like wasting any more time trying to figure out how to cast a spell that we don't need to do anyway. So just go ahead and go in, do your going inside thing, do your knocking on the front door thing, do your staring at the empty wall on the outside of the house thing. Like it does actually have on the
I mean,
blueprints where the windows are, and you're not standing by one.
okay. I actually need to wait a little. Uh, so uh, so some enter the house, and then I uh, mm, do my thing. I murmur something, do the spell. So turn ring twice, and then knock.
Okay, so you go ahead. knock on that door.
Yep. I sneak in before he does so. I told him to wait like 5 minutes.
Okay, so you sneak the heck in.
I have to pick the lock again, but shouldn't be too hard.
No, we're just gonna give it to you. You've already done it.
Yep. Be very
As
careful
long
to
as you
step
remembered to
over the
bring this,
tripwire that I
long
know is there now.
as long as you remembered to bring the screwdriver and the wire with you.
Yep. I'm just gonna hold them, I guess, behind my back so that I don't have to make multiple trips.
Right.
And then I'll sneak on over towards the front door and wait for him to knock.
Okay. Knocky, 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 knock. What do you want? You're interrupting my. What are they called?
As soon,
Seattle Seahawks?
as
Yeah,
soon
you're
as she
interrupting my
opens it,
Seahawks yard game. She was trying to fix the TV.
as soon as she opens it, I tackle her out the doorway from behind, hoping that my friends are ready for this plan.
There you go. Now
I help him,
you've
obviously.
tackled her from behind. There you go. We've got you doing the traditional standing on top of your trophy thing. I hope you like this. Take a screenshot. Here you are standing on top of your trophy. It's gonna be a little bit before he sees it because of stream lag.
Fair enough.
Stop falling down. Stop falling down. There we go. All right, so you've smacked.
Sorry.
So you tackled her from behind, smacked her into Anubis. So now you're holding on to a struggling girl who's very, 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 very angry. Everybody who's involved roll initiative.
Ugh.
Oh shit.
What is initiative?
It's 1d10 plus your initiative mod. You add the two numbers together.
All right. My initiative is 7.
It's way too many. It was a fail. Oh, no, it wasn't. Still bad roll. I need to re-roll that.
I see me standing on top of my trophy now.
I hope you liked it.
I like how
Initiative.
comfortable everyone already is with naked Samandriel because it's happened every session so far.
I mean, when you find a good theme, you gotta stick with it, right?
Naked homeless
All right,
boy
my
goes and
initiative's
sneaks in the
10.
house.
Minus 7. Ain't bad.
Okay, so hey Paul,
I'm here.
what's your initiative?
My initiative is 3, I believe. Let me.
No, not your
If
initiative
my
mod. You've got to
screen
roll
would
the
let.
1d10 too.
Oh, give me a sec. I gotta get to my thing. My computer is lagging really.
I see that.
It is 3. I was right. Yeah. That's wrong. That's not how you do initiative. I'm
Yeah, just roll 1d10.
seriously. It's 4.
Yep, I see that. Alrighty.
I would also I would also just like to clarify, as I tackle her, I say, "I'm so sorry," and then I tackle her.
All right. So I believe the highest one that I heard was 10. Okay, so that would be,
10,
yeah, so that'd be squishy. So,
and it would be false.
so here's the situation. You, being the person with the highest initiative, get to act first. You also say what you're going to do last. So we start with lowest initiative and work our way up as far as what you're saying you're going to do, and then we go and do those things in the opposite order we just went through them. So, Mr. Number 4, you get to say what you're going to do first.
Blue neck, right? With the 3.
Yeah, well, he got a
I
4,
have
but
a 4.
yes. So yeah, you say what you're going to do in response to this situation that you are actually nowhere near right now.
And I guess Blue neck just sees the woman fall because he doesn't know that I'm there.
Well, he would see everybody else react exactly the same way that they would react. So, I mean, yeah, she would look like she got hit from behind, but he wouldn't be able to see what hit her from behind.
Mm-hmm.
And he also wouldn't see you standing on top of her, but she would look like she was underneath weight.
Gosh, that's weird.
Well, I mean, you're the one that
Should,
decided to
shouldn't my little buddy be here? This seems like something he should be involved.
All right. So, um, Nico is currently holding on to a very, very, very angry uh, woman who has just been apparently shoved into him from behind. Uh, and you are outside with her and obviously Anubis, and Squishy is kind of standing there. What do you want to do? You can just say nothing. You can just say I'm just gonna stand here and watch what happens if you want. But if you want to do anything, now is the time to say when you're gonna do it.
Who?
Paul, Guerdro, Cardinal Blueneck, the guy I've been speaking
Oh,
to
okay.
that during that entire monologue.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
I know.
I'm sorry. It's just you cut out.
I
at one
told you,
spot.
I was just wondering where our friend was, where Samandriel was. I'm trying to figure out what's going on
Oh
because
no.
a woman randomly falling down don't make no damn sense.
Okay, well you can talk as much as you want, but I'm talking about actions. Like, are you going to take any action during this round of combat?
I'm waiting for someone to explain to me what's going on so I can take an action without doing something retarded.
Okay.
Can people not talk outside their turn?
We don't really have turns.
I know. I kind of
Yes, you were-
figured someone would explain to me that Samandriel's invisible to me. Like they've
that's a good point.
definitely noticed it, and they've made multiple comments about it among themselves, but no one has explained to me what's going on.
I
And I
mean,
can't
point
hear
at it.
anything that he said.
I mean, the second I saw him, I said like, "Oh, Sam, you're back."
Yeah, but I
So-
didn't see anyone. I just assumed it was a crazy magic thing, and eventually I'd understand what was going on. And, now there's a woman on the floor and no one's explained anything.
This is true.
Oh, okay.
You know I'm still high, right? I've taken a lot of shrooms.
This is the night of the day that you guys went into the forest and went talking to the wolves, and Cardinal Blueneck and Samandriel got super fucking high off of wild mushrooms they found growing in the forest.
Right, we're just coming down. So this whole thing is
Bit of a buzzkill.
I don't
So
know.
seriously, though, out
Samandriel.
of character, somebody explain to my character what's going on, or he can't really do anything to help.
Okay, so what are you staring at? Just get her. Like Samus already knocked her out.
Okay, so I'm gonna just dive onto top of her where I see no one with my 7 feet almost and 300 pounds of weight.
All right. So that's what he's going to do when it comes time for him to act. I believe. Yes. Samandriel, you are tied for second with Nico. So Nico and Samandriel, what are your guys' actual initiative mod itself? The number.
Mine is 7.
Oh, wait. That
Excuse me.
means you didn't roll a d10 because I'm an idiot.
I'm sorry.
Nope, it's my fault. Okay, so you're actually at 7 and 8 is 13. No, 15. You're actually at 15 then,
Okay.
because we have to roll the 1d10 and add it. Okay, so you actually go before even Squishy does, because you're anyway. But so yeah, so Anubis, you are currently holding on to a
Right?
very irate woman who has just been shoved into you by Samandriel. What are you gonna do?
Yeah, I'm just going to grab her. I mean, like, what
Okay,
is okay?
you're gonna attempt to grapple. Got it. That's all we need to know. You don't need to get
Yeah,
super
yeah.
specific at this point in time. This is just declaring intent. Next is her. She is going to rake your face with her nails.
Mine?
No,
Oh no, mine.
Anubis. Okay. Next is Falcon, Squishy.
I want to grapple and see if I can get a hold of her arms and, yeah, stop her.
Okay, so you're gonna try and grab her as well. All right, and Samandriel, what is he gonna do?
I'm going to shout, "Don't let her scream!" And then I'm going to go back in the house.
Okay, so you're leaving combat then.
Yes, so I have a question.
Yeah.
Well, no, I'm not leaving combat. I'm still going to be in initiative because I have a question about this.
Okay.
My mage side is still going, yes?
Yes. It is. Yes.
Can I determine whether or not the guy in the height of sexual passion is still in the height of sexual passion
No,
before I decide what to do? He is not?
he is not. He doesn't have any kind of passion of any kind whatsoever. His aura does not. You can't see his aura at all anymore.
Okay, so Simandriel is quite angry at this, and he turns around to confront the other vampires. And
Okay.
yeah,
So
I'm gonna go back in the house and attempt to cast an AoE spell of sleep on all of the vampires.
okay. So are you going to go into the room where they are to cast this spell, or are you going to just do it, try it from where you are?
I'm going I'm going to stand on top of the trap door
Trap
and
door.
cast it from upstairs.
I mean, it's basement. Door leads to
Okay, so
stairs,
there's
leads
like a
to
door.
basement. Yeah, there's no trap.
Okay, then I'm just gonna stand outside the door.
Okay.
And try to cast that spell on my turn.
Okay. Well, it's your turn right now because you have the highest initiative.
Okay, so this is not a rote. Um, it is an improvised spell. He's mad that they just killed this guy, and also mad at himself because he didn't stop them earlier. And yeah, I've got Mind 3, Arete 2, and what I am doing to cast this spell is I am I'm focusing on the emotions that they had of their like pure joy at eating this man, and focus on my disdain of that emotion. And drugs and ecstasy. Can I also use that as like their ecstasy? I don't consider an acceptable form.
No, you would
Even
have to be in ecstasy for that to work.
okay. In that case,
It
sex
has
and
to be
sexuality, powerful emotions of groups,
it has to be stuff you're doing.
and yeah, I
It,
guess that's it.
it has to be things that you personally are experiencing. It doesn't matter if somebody else is in the throes of sex. If you're not in the throes of sex, you can't use the throes of sex as a focus.
Uh, can I use powerful emotions of groups then, since I experienced their feeding frenzy?
Um, you didn't experience it,
Not
you witnessed
personally.
it.
Hmm.
You didn't experience their feeding frenzy. You saw them having feeding frenzy. They were in that emotional state. You weren't in that emotional state. You saw that they were.
Okay. Well, okay. The way I have my Foki written, do I need to reword that then for powerful emotions of groups?
You would have to be in the group.
Okay, okay.
So like if you were having an orgy, then the powerful sexual feelings that are happening in that orgy that you are a part of, you could use. But just
Okay. Uh,
if you're watching the audience of, I don't know, let's say that you happen to be alive at the time and in the right place at the right time, and you were standing on the rooftop watching
are,
Dr. Martin Luther
yeah,
King give his speech, but you're not actually in the audience, you couldn't use the audience emotion to that speech.
okay, I
You had to
get
be
it.
part of it.
In that case, I have been taught by the Cult of Ecstasy, because I read my cult book,
Good.
that pain is a form of ecstasy. So
Hmm.
I will take my screwdriver, and while focusing on my hatred of these horrible beasts and the horrible thing that they did to this man, I will stab myself with my screwdriver. Uh, I guess just in the leg, like the thigh.
Okay.
And then I will concentrate on them all falling asleep. It'll take me probably 2 turns to cast the spell
Yep. Especially since one
because
of
of
the
that.
things is because you're gonna have to cause the pain in the first place. So here's the deal. Um, because of the special nature of what you're doing, uh, first you're going to have to stab yourself, which is dex and melee. Is there a melee? I don't see a melee here. Um,
Maybe
weaponry.
There's
There
a
brawl.
we go. No, melee is weaponry. Fisticuffs is brawl. If you have a weapon in your hand, it's weaponry. Um, it's called melee on the old version of the sheet. It's weaponry now, but
okay.
whatever. So it would be dexterity plus weaponry because you're using a weapon to stab yourself. Every success that you get on this stabbing yourself roll is a point of lethal damage and a bonus to your spellcasting roll.
All right. I don't have weaponry, so I'm taking a -1 to my 3 dexterity, or my
So
4 dexterity. So I'll have 3 dice for the attack on myself.
actually, you know what? I'll give you a bonus of +1 just because. I mean, seriously, it's pretty hard to miss yourself,
Yeah.
and yet somehow
I'm
you managed to
also
do it.
quite enraged because I didn't stop them earlier. I'm very upset with myself for not doing something to save that man. And
Okay,
yeah.
I'll give you a +2 for the rage then because you're still not getting any successes. Okay, you missed. You somehow missed. You were so angry with what was going on and how guilty you felt about missing, that not getting to him in time to prevent them from killing him, that you go to stab yourself and you completely miss your thigh with the screwdriver and you kind of just barely scrape your thigh with your knuckles as you swing past.
Okay. So in that case, I guess I'm just concentrating and focusing on my hatred of and etc. So I guess 2 tools. And
Oh, right,
then
yeah.
2 tools, 3 mind, 2 arete. And it should be a mind 3 according to the Arcana of Creative Thaumaturgy. I'm spending a reach to make it an AoE so that I can maybe hit all of them.
Okay.
I'm targeting
So,
the basement.
so you've got 2 reaches. You need 1 to make it an instant cast, and you need 1 to make it last for more than a single turn. So if you want to have that reach, you'll have to take a paradox point.
I will do it.
Okay, so you take the paradox point and you can have the 3rd reach.
I take that paradox point. I marked it on my sheet.
Okay, do you already have paradox?
No, I do not.
Okay.
And I will also spend a willpower because this is important to Samandriel.
Okay.
And a mana because, like I said, very important.
Wow, seriously, you got to be faster on the draw. I've already rolled.
Oh, I'm sorry. I don't see the thing.
No, it's fine. It's fine. Like literally as soon as the 3 dice that I just added for you spending the willpower finished rolling before I even saw the results, you're like, and a mana. Okay,
Okay,
so
so do I get to keep my mana then?
I mean, if you don't want to spend it,
Okay.
do you want to not spend it after all?
Yeah, I spend it, definitely.
Okay, you are spending it. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, and one of them's a 10. 4. You got 4 successes on the making them go to sleep. So for one scene, oh, you know what? Well, that was 4 successes. There's 4 people. Did you spend anything on making it affect multiple targets?
Yeah. Because I get that's what I got the paradox point for.
Right, that's what it was. This was the. Oh, you were doing the advanced scale thing, right?
Yeah.
Right. So that gives us 5 people, and that's more than you need. Good. Awesome. So you got all 4 of them asleep. Well, all 3 of them asleep for the duration of the scene. So you can do whatever you want.
Yeah, I'm gonna go find a sharp object and go down there and try to cut off their heads.
All right.
Unless somebody stops me, but that'll be later turns. So go ahead with the rest of the stuff.
Right. So that was your turn, and you're effectively out of combat now. So Falcon, what was it that you were going to grapple her, right? So go ahead, and that is strength plus brawl to go. No, wait, no, you're not. You're not trying to hold on to her. You're trying to grab her. So that's actually dexterity plus brawl.
That makes sense. I want to go for the arms, basically.
All right.
If I can spawn the right number of die here. You can do it. Oh,
How many do you need?
okay.
You need. Oh, you just needed the 3.
One brawl, 2 dexterity. Shaky, shaky, shaky throw. All right, that's not too bad.
Okay, so you got 2 successes to grab onto her. Um, her defense is crap, so you grab onto her. All right, so she is now being manhandled by 2 people. Speaking of which, she's going to try and claw your eyes out. Now she gets to turn that into resisting against your grabbing onto her arms. So, what's your strength?
I think it's 2. Let me look real quick.
Okay.
Yeah, it's 2.
Okay, so your strength is basically a penalty for her trying to do what she actually wants to do right now, which is Dex and Brawl. And you said 2? Okay. Hey, Nico, what is Anubis's defense?
Excuse me.
I asked you what Anubis's defense was.
What is my defense, right?
Yeah, what is your defense?
2.
2? Okay. And it
2,
went
yeah.
about the same way it would have gone anyway then. So she goes to claw your eyes out, but the instant before her hands reach your face, Squishy reaches in and grabs both her arms, pinning her, pulling him back. So you're perfectly fine as far as that's concerned. And then you said you were gonna try and grab onto her to hold on to her, right? Just to like Nico.
Yeah.
You said you were going to hold on to her, right?
Yes.
Okay. So that will be strength plus brawl.
Yeah. The plan. Strength. Strength overall. Okay.
Yep. And she has a defensive one, so subtract
Uh,
one die.
okay.
Just get a single success and you successfully hold on to her.
Nope.
All right. Cool. And last but certainly not least, Cardinal Blueneck, do your thing.
My turn. Hello, can you hear me?
I can
Yeah.
now. The last thing I heard you say before, hello, can you hear me, was my turn.
She's restrained, right?
Yes. No. Not anymore.
All right, then I'm gonna try and restrain her.
Oh wait, no, she is restrained. She's still being restrained by Squishy, just not by Anubis.
Okay, so she is restrained. And did I hear the thumps of the vampires hitting the ground in the other room?
No, that hasn't happened yet. And also, you've already said what you were going to do. Remember, you were the first one to say what you're going to do. That's what you have to do now.
Okay, that seems confusing. If I have the last initiative, why did I have to say what I was doing first?
So that
I
everybody,
thought that was weird.
the reason why is because that gives everyone else a chance to decide what they're going to do based on your actions. So, so higher initiative basically means you're just quicker on the draw, you're faster at doing things. So this is what's happening in the space of 3 seconds. So you're slightly slower at getting to do things because your initiative is lower. So what happens is, like, let's say that you, with the lower initiative, decides to pull out your gun and shoot the guy to your left. And the guy to your left happens to be of a higher initiative, which means he's faster. So he decides that what he's going to do is spend all of his energy making sure he doesn't get shot by you. So what happens is in that 3 seconds, you pull up your gun. He sees you pull up your gun, rolls to the side, and you shoot where he used to be, assuming he makes his dodge roll. It's basically just it gives the people who have a higher initiative to react to what you're going to do before you do it because you're slower than them.
Okay, but me being slower than them does not give them the ability to know what I plan to do.
No. But if it's obvious that you're going to be if you are going to be running off to do this thing, then the instant you start running off to do this thing, they will be able to tell that like you're attacking this guy. You're attacking this guy. You're not attacking anyone at all. You're defending yourself. As soon as you start
Okay,
doing
yeah, I'm not saying I wouldn't be obvious I'm gonna do something with this lady. I'm saying like this is a good example. It doesn't make any sense to do initiative that way unless I'm missing something very fundamental. Because what I wanted to do was jump on the lady who was on the ground with me visibly seeing no one on top of her. To
okay,
trap her on the ground. She's now being restrained by another person. Obviously, logically, I'm not going to jump on the lady on the ground who's no longer on the ground. Like maybe with a bullet, you could argue, well, you pulled the trigger too early or too late. But there's no way I was moving fast enough that I teleported to the ground before my brain thought, oh, she's not there anymore.
Okay. In that case, we're just going to go with this was a case of out of character confusion. She was never actually on the ground. I was just doing that for the screenshot for Salad. We haven't gotten far enough. She was pushed from behind by Samandriel into Anubis. This is 3 seconds of the time that happened immediately upon her getting pushed. So she hasn't hit the ground yet, and I'm sorry if you thought that she had, because she hasn't hit the ground. That was just for the sake of giving Salad a
I
good screenshot.
specifically
I'm sorry.
remember you describing how there was weight that was visible on her back from her clothes getting messed up. From someone sitting on her. Must have been hearing things. Anyway, all right, well, if
No, I
she's
did
being
say that.
held, then there's not really anything I can do. So I'm just going to wait until the situation changes. If she breaks free, I want to grab her.
Okay, so you're holding action. Got it. So here is what just happened. Samandriel smashed into the lady, knocking her into Anubis, who tries to grab her but fails, and she slips out of his grasp, knocking him over in the process, causing him to stumble backwards. Squishy, who's a little bit farther away, but also apparently better on his feet, manages to grab her by the arms before she can do any damage to anybody. And so while she is still falling down, she's not going to fall all the way because he's holding on to her by the arms. Okay. After Samandriel knocks into her, he screams, "Don't let her!" He shouts, "Don't let her scream!" and runs back into the house, closing the door behind him. So, initiative is still the same. So the last person to act is the first person to declare, just like last time. So, with the new setting, what do you want to do in this 3 seconds?
I guess again, I'm just gonna wait until something happens. If she breaks free, grab her. That's all I can really do.
Okay. Um,
Get her into the car.
Let's drag her to the car.
okay. Nico, what is Anubis going to do now that he's failed to grab onto her and is kind of stumbling backwards? Oh, you know what? Never mind. I'm
I
gonna have
mean,
to steal your turn. You're gonna recover and stand the heck back up again. You're gonna catch your balance. That's what you're basically being forced to do, I think.
okay.
Um, she is going to twist as she falls, hoping that that will cause her to break free of your grasp. Um, what are you gonna do, Squishy?
I'm gonna try and keep hold of her and start trying to drag her towards the car.
Okay. So in other words, you want to
I would
subdue
also
her
like
so
to
that
point
she
out.
can no longer fight. Did
Sorry,
I
repeat.
did
I would also like to point out, just for clarity's sake, I never specifically said I shut the door. I just pushed her and then ran into the house and cast my spell.
oh, I must have imagined that you would have done that. Never mind then. Door's still open. Whatever. So yeah, as far as that is concerned, so if you're wanting to drag her, you're gonna have to subdue her so she can't fight first. So do you want to uh, subdue her to the point where she is not capable of fighting back? Is that what I heard you say you wanted to do, Squishy?
Um. All right. So she can't be mobile while we're grappled, basically. So I need to knock her out or something.
So depending on how you immobilize her, she can be transported against her will. Um, since there's no way she's going out to the car on her will, against her will is pretty much your only option.
Right. So can I pin her arms behind her back and just start pushing her?
Yep, if you want to do that, that is certainly the thing that you can do. So go ahead and you're going to want to roll your strength and brawl again to pin her arms behind her and achieve a successful grapple hold that immobilizes her, except for how you allow her to move, basically.
Right. Should I roll right now or wait?
Now,
Okay, shaky, shaky throw. Oh,
I have a
okay.
question actually.
What's your question?
Uh, so if that Arcanum can uh, manage somehow, the shadows, to stretch the shadows to my, to my advantage. So can I, for example, make um, a place or people silent, like if they are dead, like the metaphor or something?
What? Okay, I don't see how you being able to have anything to do with shadows would allow you
Anyone
to
else
silence
hearing
dead
really
people.
low quality music and like rushing wind?
The rushing wind is probably Salad. The static is definitely Nico. I don't hear any music.
The music has stopped, but it was like getting really loud.
All I heard was the static.
Okay.
I'll raise my sensitivity so that you don't hear the truck noises.
Um,
Hopefully.
wasn't bothering me. Um, so I just couldn't understand what Nico was saying, mainly because most of his words were drowned out by static, and the few words that I did hear didn't make any sense. Because I don't see how being able to control shadows has anything to do with making people not talk.
Um, I mean, I don't see how death might move shadows. So I asked if, like by analogy, I can, make them silent, like if they're dead.
No, you can't. It's that's completely different stuff.
Okay.
Being able to mess with shadows, which is the absence of photons hitting a certain area from a scientific viewpoint, is completely different from dead people not talking.
Unless still as
I mean,
shadows is
it's
like
an
a road.
absence of
No, even
of sound wave. I mean, okay, yeah, I understand, but I think like it's the shadow thing is also kind of stretchy.
Oh, Squishy, you're very quiet.
I actually didn't mean to transmit.
Oh,
all right. So what? So let's try this again. What is Anubis going to do?
Uh, I will just try to help. I mean, or maybe not. Or I just cast a hex on the girl just for her not to be able to stand up on her own. So yeah. So I will use concentration and my ring
Wait.
plus
No,
high
wait.
speech,
Stop. That's
or,
not
or maybe not.
that's not what you said when I asked you the first time. You're not allowed to change your action.
Ah, okay, yeah. So
Back when I was
but
saying,
you
what are
said
you
that
going to
I
do? What are you going to do? What are you going to do? You didn't say anything about casting a spell. You said you were going to try and grab her.
Man,
yeah
I
because
I was trying not to say something about this because you're the DM, but that seems really weird. I've been playing RPGs for over a decade. I've never once played any RPG in any system that did initiative that way. And it doesn't make any sense, like from me thinking of it from a logical perspective right now. It seems like that's constantly going to be a problem where the situation will have changed in what is an acceptable round or small sequence of time where we can react to what's going on. Like I could see for stuff like gun movements or other hyper fast things doing something where you've already done this would work. But that's just not how you play RPGs because you're not in that moment where you're making that split second decision. You're planning it out and talking about, okay, well, this has physically happened because they're faster than me. How would my character react to this new thing that happened?
So I'm not going to disagree with you, but that's how it's run in this game. That's just how combat works. You give everybody at the beginning of combat a single initiative roll, which is 1d10 plus your mod. And then that determines what order it is that you act in, and you declare in the opposite order that you act in. So the last to go is the first to say what he's going to do, so that everybody that's faster than him can decide if they're going to do something as a reaction to that instead. But everybody's actions in game happen at the same time. The whole turn, the whole 3-second combat turn, everybody's doing this at the exact same time. So even though you're saying, I'm attacking that guy, and because you said, I'm attacking that guy, this person with the higher initiative says, well, I'm attacking you. He's attacking you at the exact same point that you're attacking him. So there isn't really any time to react. There isn't a changing situation. Everything's happening at the same time.
Because it's 3 seconds. So it's not like you have time to react really at all. It's just like, this is what I'm planning to do, and then all this shit happens, and it's like, oh, well, I'm already in the process of doing this thing.
So if I like if I understand correctly, my turn was like regaining the balance last time.
Oh, right.
Whatever Windy Boy said.
That was actually what
Yeah,
it
I
was.
can't
Yes.
hear anything from the Windy Boys thing.
I heard him. And yes, I'm sorry. I forgot that I had decided that you had to spend this turn regaining your balance. So that's my fault, and I apologize. So let's move on. And you said that you were just going to try and grab her if she managed to escape?
Yeah, that's really
Okay.
all I can do in this situation.
So he did not manage to pin her so that she couldn't do anything, and she is now trying to escape. So let's see what happens. What's your strength again? 2, right?
Are you
Squishy?
talking to me? Okay, squish.
Yeah, it's 2.
Okay.
2 for dex, 2 for strength.
Well, that went farther than I wanted. So she is going to successfully break free of your grasp. So if you would like to go for a trying to grab her now, since she is escaping from everyone's grasp, you can do that. It's your dex and brawl.
Talking to me?
No, I'm talking to Cardinal Blueneck because when he declared, he said he's going to grab her if it looks like she's escaping. It looks like she's escaping, so he's going to grab her.
Gotcha.
Okay. Brawl is 1, and strength is 2, so 3.
Wow, okay, you did not manage to grab her. So this is what happens during the second round of combat. Anubis falls back a couple steps, trying not to fall flat on his ass. The girl twists around as she continues falling, successfully separating herself from, pulling her arms out from the grab that Squishy had on her. And Cardinal Blueneck, seeing this, lunges to grab at her, but his arms close over empty air above where she used to be as she continues falling to the ground. She is now supine on the sidewalk between the three of you, and it's a new round of combat. So Cardinal Blueneck, you get to declare first.
What did I get taken out of combat?
No, your thing is just taking a little bit because you decided that you were going to um, go down there and knife them after finding a knife and cutting off all their
Uh,
heads. So you've
yeah.
basically declared your action for the next like 5 or 6 turns.
Oh yeah, it'll take probably way longer than that to cut off someone's head.
Yeah.
It takes a while.
I'm just saying, just even
That depends on what you use.
so at this point in time, you've like maybe made it to the kitchen and you're currently looking for a sharp tool to use to cut somebody's off, and then it's still going to be a few more turns before you even make it down to the room to start doing the cutting.
Yeah, but like if I saw that my friends were struggling with her, I would help before going about that. But yeah.
Okay. Well, you have gotten to the point where you've caused them to go to sleep, and you can probably see the kitchen from the front door from the kitchen. So if you would like to, you can rush back into combat on the next round.
Okay, that's fair.
So yeah, Blue Neck.
I am going to just grab her. That's all I can do.
Okay.
And I don't have a spell that will be effective here, and I don't want to incur more paradox, so it's just another 3 die.
Oh, you don't get to go yet.
I know, I'm just getting it ready.
Okay, no worries. So Anubis does what? Now that you've regained your balance and you can like start doing things of your own accord again?
Yeah. So I would like to like cast hex on her.
Okay.
So yeah.
So you think about how you're going to cast the hex while I move on to the other 3 people, well, 2 people, because you're
Yeah.
next round. So she is going to flip onto her stomach, scramble up on all fours, and scurry away as far as she can, trying to get up on just her 2 feet while she's scurrying, but that's probably a next turn thing, assuming she even makes it far enough away to be able to do that. And Squishy.
For the arms again.
Okay, so you get to go with your Dex and Brawl, -1 from her defense. Let's see if you manage to prevent her escaping, or at least scurrying away on all fours.
Right.
Okay,
Oh, that sucks.
we're gonna
Oh,
say
no, those are tens.
those
Holy
are
shit, never
tens,
mind.
yes. So you get 2 more dice to go. We're gonna say that you're doing really good at the keeping her from getting away.
Oh,
Okay, so 2 successes.
that's a
You
punch from a keyboard.
well, don't punch your keyboard. All right, so 2 successes. You definitely manage to pin her by the arms, which completely vacates her movement. She tries scurrying, but obviously she's not going to get very far. So you're going to grab her, and you're going to do a spell. So you do your spell. What's your spell?
Yeah. So my spell, it's just a hex that she that she would have like just really bad luck in the next scene probably, or her decisions, whatever she wants to do.
Okay,
It's
so
like the opposite of my
you're wanting to give her
development.
bad luck. Okay, so that's a Fate 3 thing. And by
Yeah,
default,
and
any success
I
that you
would,
get would be -1 to any action she tries to take that requires a die pool. Um, Now, what are you doing to cast a spell? What are the actions that your character is taking? Keeping in mind that you have to spend the reach to make this instant, so that you can do it this turn.
excuse me, keeping in my
Keep
what?
in mind that you have exactly 3 seconds to cast the spell because you have to take a reach because you're in combat and you want this to happen now, not a minute from now. What are
Yeah.
the actions that you're taking to cast the spell that will hex her legs?
Okay, I will use high speech probably, and just try to um, you know get some how to say that, where you say the magical words. So I just
So you're
say
just gonna
something in
like
high
look at
speech
her
and
and
her.
say a plague on both your houses in high speech?
Yeah, basically yes,
Okay.
and just yeah.
All right. Well, so that is your fate and your gnosis. +1 for using high speech.
Okay, yeah, and maybe
Isn't
just
high
grab
speech?
my
High speech is +1.
maybe
Isn't
just grab my ring. So yeah.
You didn't say anything about using a ring. You said you were going to look at her and basically say a curse on your house in high speech. You didn't say anything about a ring.
Okay, we can do that like this.
If you want to somehow include a ring into your thing, then you're going to need to do something else besides looking at her and saying a plague on both your houses in high speech.
Yeah, I mean, I can tell this and grab my ring. I don't know, like I have a 3 seconds, so I don't need, so I can just toy with it too much.
You have to somehow use it in the casting of the spell. Just having it on your finger isn't enough.
Okay. So I will blow through my ring on her for
Okay,
the win. Yeah.
that'll work. You can do that. Go ahead and roll your dice.
Uh,
Oh, you just cut out from audio.
it's like 7, if I'm correct, or it's without concentration, right? Because it's 3 seconds.
Yeah, you don't get any concentration if you want it to happen this turn. So all you
Okay, so
get
it's 6.
is your fate plus your gnosis plus your um, the two for the two things, the high speech and the using your focus.
Yeah, so it's 6 because I have like 4 with Arcanum and Hypnosis and +2 for the rest.
So yeah, that'd be 6. All right, you got 2 successes, so she is now at a -2 to do anything that involves a die roll. Um, Blue Neck, go ahead and roll your Dex plus Brawl to try and grab her. You get +1 to actually grab her, because I mean her defense is basically moot at this point, especially with the bad luck she's just been given.
Nice.
I think you guys are doing good. You got a 10 there, so roll another die. Oh, 3's good enough. All right, so you go to grab her again. You get a really nice bear hug right on her waist, and as soon as she feels you bear hugging her, she basically just falls limp and gives up. She knows when she's beaten. All right, so combat is over. Unfortunately, that means that Samandrio rushes to the front door just in time to see Cardinal Blue Neck win.
Oh, good. You got her. It looked like she was gonna get away for a minute.
Nah, she ain't nothing but a tiny little mouse.
Blue Nick cannot hear me.
That's true. You
That's
still
true.
haven't. You still have not done the thing that will cause him to be able to acknowledge your existence again.
Smile and nod in response. Let's drag her to the car.
Um, before we go, I've got, and I look back into the house, something to take care of. And then you see that normally the very expressive Samandriel is like quite like full, like deadpan. Like he's very serious at this time. Like he has a grim task ahead of him.
What do you mean?
I I didn't help when I could. So now I have to make it right. And I just like hold up the knife that I found.
What do you plan to do? I don't think that we have time for this.
It's fine. I can catch up with you guys later.
And I don't think you should do this alone. If if you know, if at all.
Yes, I'm sure it will be difficult, but I think my magic will hold long enough for me to take their heads.
Okay, so I think they can hold on their own. I can help you.
I mean, if someone a little bit stronger could help, it might go faster, but I feel like this should be something that I do. And I just like kind of turn around and walk very slowly. And actually, I'm gonna go ahead and just dismiss the spell.
The invisibility spell?
Yeah, the don't look at me. Even though it's a -5, it's kind of inconvenient to not be seen by my friends.
It can be, yeah. So keep that in mind next time that you cast a spell. You'll want to add some targets, as in people that you want to be excluded from the effect. That's so that falls under the table, the target spell, the target table, the table for how many targets you can affect. So in this case, it would be how many targets you are specifically excluding from the effect. So that way, in
Okay.
future, you don't have that kind of problem where your best friend can't acknowledge your existence because he botched his attempt to see you.
Well,
But good
you
news
know,
is he can see you now because you dispelled the spell.
and I'm standing naked with a knife in this woman's house.
Turning around.
With a camouflage.
So as he turns around, he dismisses the spell. So all of a sudden, Blue Neck, you can now see naked Samandriel walking into the house while carrying a knife.
Oh, cool. He's not dead.
And he takes a right and goes down
Yeah,
this
I think
hallway.
I'll go with him.
You're going to go with him?
I'm gonna go follow him.
Okay, you guys are following. You guys make it down into the basement room where you see what used to be a very lovely redhead. And, you know, those three guys. Well, I say guys, but, you know, living dead girl, that one dead dude, and Renaissance man. They are currently asleep after having fed themselves to her death.
Well, these guys kind of seem like monsters. Let's stab
Yeah.
them in the heart with wood.
Wait, I don't know if that works, but taking someone's head will always kill them.
I mean, if you stab someone in the heart with a big ass piece of wood, that's also always going to kill them.
I think staking works. If we have any stakes, do we have something there?
I mean, there's a kitchen here, right? I thought I saw one.
Well, I mean, salad.
Yeah, it's a dining room. I'm gonna go break a table leg off.
Like those things that Japanese people used to eat.
Chopsticks?
What, like chopsticks.
You're gonna go
No,
into
I'm
the
breaking
kitchen.
a table leg off.
Does anyone actually have enough occult knowledge to know for sure how to kill a vampire?
No.
No, that's what I'm saying. You decapitate, I'll stab, and then we'll have another guy use a cross. We'll cover all the bases, and we'll learn something new.
As far as your occult is concerned, no matter how much occult you have, you will never know for a fact because occult is not the same thing as lore. Lore is actual facts about vampires. Occult is just things that have been rumored that may or may not be true.
So we would have to like actually research a thing, because lore isn't a skill
No,
that
lore
is on my.
lore is a merit. It represents your actual factual knowledge of a group of people. Like every single one of you could have a single dot in lore in whatever tradition or order that you are a part of. Your having, your being a part of that automatically grants you effectively a single dot of lore in your respective order or tradition. And status gives you effectively, another dot on top of that, so on and so forth. So if you know actual facts about vampires, whether by asking them and being told the truth, capturing them and doing scientific experiments, or what have you, if it's an actual fact, that's lore. If it's just stuff read in in occult libraries, then it's not necessarily true, and therefore it's occult.
Well, I'm gonna work on taking. Who does it look like took the killing bite?
That is impossible to tell because they obviously were all drinking at the exact same time. If you want me to describe the scene, she is lying in the bed naked. Uh, the lady of the three dead people is up by her mouth. Um, and it looks like she was actually drinking from the lady's tongue. Uh, the Renaissance man was drinking from one of her wrists, and that dead guy was drinking from her other lips.
Oh, well, first I'm going to close her eyes and just whisper under my breath, "I'm so sorry. I could have saved you." And then I'm gonna start sawing at the fucking Renaissance guy's head.
Alrighty then. So let's wrap this up. Um, Blue Neck goes around and finds any wooden implement that he thinks would be a viable stake, grabs them, brings them down to the chamber of death, and smashes them into the hearts of all three of the dead people. While he's doing that, Samandriel is taking his knife and slicing off the three dead people's heads. Eventually, you guys finish your grisly work of making sure these vampires are dead. Are you going to do anything else besides just stake them and lop off their heads?
I'm also gonna take their heads outside and smash them against rocks until they're pulpy.
Okay.
I mean, I actually wanted to.
I feel like we kind of
We
just
have-
passed over the experimenting aspect of this. Because you cut off all the heads and then
Yeah.
bashed them against a rock. I feel
Yeah,
like we didn't
Samandriel-
really get our mission. Our mission was to get a vampire, and we didn't.
Yeah.
While
The-
you're
the-
saying this, Samandriel is not responding to you and continues bashing the heads against the rocks. And just dead-eyed, staring straight ahead. Bash, bash, bash,
I
bash.
feel like this might be a personal thing, and maybe we should just leave him to it. What do you guys think? What you think, Squishy?
I think I'm in the car with some random chick by myself. I don't know what's going on. It's new.
I'm gonna go ahead and wait for him to finish squishing heads.
Yeah, if heads are actually, cut off, then there's nothing to,
Hey, where did those other two?
There's nothing to do.
Did you steal the girl? Oh no, there they are. I found them. Okay. So the car was parked over here.
Eventually, after a long time and a very bloody, messy Samandriel comes to join the rest of you, but is quiet.
All right. So
Also, the only thing I'll say is Who has my clothes?
Look of shame.
And that's, I mean, you
Yeah.
know that it's not easy to cover, right?
Okay, Nico. I don't know what it
Yeah.
is, but your audio has gotten steadily worse through the whole session, and now it's at the point where all I can hear is electric buzzing, and I can't understand a word that comes out of your mouth. I know you're speaking. I know you're speaking. I just can't make it out over the buzzing of your microphone. So what I would like you to do between now and next session, between now and next week, there's a program. It's called Audacity. I want you to download it. I want you to open it. It is an audio recorder, so just push the record button, speak into it, push the play button so you can hear what your voice sounds like. And just keep doing that until your voice sounds like something that we can understand. As in, no more buzzing.
Okay.
Because if you could hear your voice, how you sound on our end, you would know what we mean. Like it's
It's horrifying.
it's
That's pretty
really
bad, man.
it's really really bad. And I don't think it's your mic. I think it's kind of like the sound that happens when you don't have the jack plugged in all the way, but I'm not sure if that's what it is. 'Cause it's kind of a feedback thing. But whatever. So we're gonna cut it here. Mainly because it's 20 minutes past midnight. We've been going for about, you know, 3 hours since we started. So I think that's a good stopping point. You finish your grisly business of taking care of the vampires, hopefully in a way that causes them to never live again. You don't, as a character, know this, but I can tell you, yeah, they're dead. You chop off a vampire's head, they're done. Smashing it into the rocks was a bit excessive, but hey, you want to make sure it's all good. You don't know.
I
Um,
did it for I did it for way longer than necessary too.
yeah,
Like
probably.
a long time.
So after you calm down and are able to be reasoned with on any level whatsoever, you and Blue Neck meet up with the rest of the posse over at the vehicle. You guys get in the vehicle with the lady. You drive back to your Cabal headquarters, and that will be the end of that. Next session, we will pick up 1 week from today. So we're going to stop doing this start up right where we left off thing. You're going to have a week between now and then. So if you would like to question the lady during this week, what I want you to do is write the questions down and send them to me in a direct message on Discord, and I will give you the answers to her questions, maybe, when next session starts up. Okay?
Okay,
What
I
is
have a
your
spell that forces interrogation subjects to talk.
Well, if you want to use that spell, you're obviously welcome to do so.
Okay, cool. All right, I'm gonna go to bed. It's 2:30. Good night, everyone.
Yep. Have a good one, man.
Night, night.
Hey, man.
All right. So before we close everything out, is there anything that you guys who are still here want to say to anyone who may be now or in future watching this, which is probably no one but Salad, honestly.
Aw.
Oh, well,
Oh
I
well.
mean, it's a
Hello
good thing that I
everyone.
am doing the live stream because that gives you a chance to at least see what's going on since you can't physically get in yet. I say
Yeah.
physically. But I mean, honestly, I've
Virtually,
been
physically.
I've been paying attention, and the only person who has watched any of these videos so far is you, which,
That's not true.
That's
I
not
watched the
true.
first one.
oh,
I've seen a couple people on, and I always post it to Facebook to try to get my friends to watch. Anyway,
well, I mean,
hello
it's
everyone. My name is Salad Coon. I play a adorable, innocent, sweet boy, child, non-gendered person,
drag addict.
and today I smashed some vampires' heads and dealt with some emotional problems. So that's me. You can find me anywhere at Salad Coon. Goodbye.
Alrighty. Uh, anybody else want to say anything? I think Falcon's the only one left, right?
Possibly.
I mean, Salad and Nico are still here in voice, but they're not saying anything. So
Fair.
Yeah, I'm good actually. So
okay, so as far as you're concerned, Nico, I would rather you just type whatever you want to say into the game chat, just because I don't think we'll be able to understand what you're saying. Which isn't to say that you're not allowed to talk. It's just that if you want to make sure that people know what you're saying, maybe type it in the chat too.
If you said anything at all, I agree, Nico.
All right. Well, Falcon, is there anything that you want to say?
I guess you didn't hear me last time.
No, you
My
broke
mic
out.
must not have triggered. Oh, well, fuck it. Never mind. I'm good.
All right. Well, I am going to assume that we are going to take the next session, same bat time, same bat channel, so 8 p.m. Mountain Time next Wednesday. If anything happens to cause that to not be the case, like I have to work then obviously I'll let you guys know as soon as I'm aware. In any case, thank you for watching. Anyone who does now or will in future watch this, I hope that you enjoyed what you were watching, and goodbye.